booth. Number 8, back. Pari, KC, Roy.
Hello, hello.
Live from San Diego.
Yeah, back at it again.
Bitch.
What up?
We have special guest Pablo.
Yeah.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, gentlemen? The name's Pablo. Gotta give a first shout out to the Knicks. You know, I know you guys were talking some smack last week about them, but I came here to definitely defend that. You know, y'all got me a little twisted, but it's cool. You know, definitely, I'm excited to be here. Appreciate the invite. Definitely excited to see what we're gonna watch today.
Yep. For all y'all that don't know, Casey and I are in the same fraternity, and Pablo's in that same fraternity.
Facts.
So shout out Lambda Theta Phi.
Hey, Lab Fraternity Incorporated.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Okay.
But go ahead, Casey. Tell us what game we got today.
Today, I mean, one of my personal favorite players in NBA history would have to be Vince Carter. One of the few jerseys I did have as a kid was definitely Vince's. I was all about the Vinsanity craze. The Raptors were rocking the purple. The shit was fly. I mean, I was into dinosaurs. I feel like Jurassic Park had to have come out. Like,
Forget those jerseys,
you know what I mean?
man.
So, yeah, it was everything into it. The former Tar Heel getting it done. And then another player we're returning to, I'm sure that Roy and Pari probably have some feelings about this guy. It's Mr. I don't know about that practice, but I'm here for game time. A.I. Allen Iverson. Back
Mr.
at
Crossover.
it again. So, yes, we got the 2001 Eastern Conference Finals with Vince Carter and his Toronto Raptors facing off against the Sixers. And I think we went with game 2, right?
Game 2.
Yes, sir.
This is the Eastern Conference Finals of what year was this?
So it was 2001.
2001. Sheesh.
You know the Knicks should have won that.
This is before 9/11.
We tried to find some Knicks in the playoffs games. Unfortunately, there's not enough. There's
That's
no
black and
material.
white.
Yeah,
All the
there's no
material is
evidence.
black and white.
Exactly.
But when they were,
Clyde
it was nice
Drexel.
games. I'll tell you that.
Walt Frazier.
We got a
Yo,
couple
we
UE
should
games.
actually watch like
Y'all
some
should
Knicks
learn
games,
about
some
those
Knicks
games
stars,
right
some
there.
like
That's
that.
what should be
I told
learned.
you, hey,
Stuff like
we'll
that.
talk about that. Yeah, we're above the booth number 9. We're already planning for it. Here we go. All right. Get that ball going. And there's
We got it ready.
Alvin Williams
Early.
just to the rack.
Early.
You know what I'm saying? Letting them know.
He should have banged that though.
Oh,
I mean,
full court pressure?
Why not? Chris Childs getting up in it.
start the game away.
Hey, so who's on the starting 5 for the Raptors? Someone run that over.
I want to say, like, is it like Chris Childs in there?
Definitely.
Is there like an Antonio Davis? There's definitely an
Starting
Okay.
5. You got it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Starting 5, game 2, right? We talked about.
Yes.
They had Vince Carter,
Oh.
Childs,
Yep.
Mr. Davis, Oakley, and Williams.
And
Dang.
your boy Chris Childs is the one that 2-piece Kobe, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Chris Childs don't
All
play
day,
that.
you
Chris
know?
Childs don't play that. We all found that out. Man.
So
And
then
then
on
you
the,
want- yeah, you
on
give
the
the Sixers?
Sixers side, we got AI, we got Mutombo, Eric Snow, Tyrone Hill, ugly ass, and George Lynch.
Good. Damn, man.
Ooh.
Oh, Mutombo denying Vince on the way. AI trying to get the
This
rebound.
game's been sloppy from jump.
Yeah, well,
But
talking about
That was
2001.
bad pass,
yeah.
man.
There it is.
Ooh.
AI
Mid-range.
That looks short. That looked short when he released that, but it's cool. Oh,
Tyrone Hill not drawing glass or iron.
So Roy, was AI a mega star in Scranton, PA?
Nah, man. We didn't have a lot of Sixers fans.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not like a really Philly town, Scranton.
Hmm.
Basketball, everybody were Knicks
That's it.
fans, too,
That's a
out
little
there.
upsetting to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah,
Fair enough,
a lot
though.
of Knicks fans.
hey, but Oakley is Oakley, man.
Always.
mm.
How many teams did he play for in his career? Had to be like 11.
Get kicked off of teams, probably.
Hey, man. I mean, getting kicked out. Didn't he get kicked out of MSG?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah,
That's some
you
bullshit.
don't want to talk about that. We're
yeah.
talking trash about these facts. I
Hey,
got you,
look,
I got you.
listen. Hey, but I mean, Mutombo, he was like the true, like, for me, I thought he was a definitely force. You know how you have nowadays, you have these centers that are not an offensive threat, but rather that defensive threat.
Yeah.
Man, you couldn't go in there.
Yeah.
Like he really started that. I love that era.
Yeah, no.
He didn't start
Mutombo.
that.
I mean, he didn't start it,
Yeah.
but I mean, he really made that.
Bang, bang.
His game.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yo, and that's what
I
they
can see why. I
pay.
can see it. I can
This
see
is
it.
what you're here for.
Yeah.
This is what you're here for.
Dude.
My lord.
Oh, my.
Elon.
Dude. It's like, that's where Giannis learned to do that. He, like, took a look
Let's
at
see what he
Yeah.
took off. Dude, remember those sneakers, though?
Yeah.
The
Oh.
shots.
Yeah, yeah.
The shots.
Oh.
No, Vincentities.
Those shits were popular.
They
as
need to
fuck,
retro
too.
those, yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, Mutombo, he definitely be denying dudes, wagging the finger.
Good play.
Yeah.
Of course you leave.
Is
him.
that signature really like
Yeah.
made him?
Absolutely.
What was dope is that he doesn't have like athleticism. It's just more about
He's just
timing and
lengthy,
length.
yeah. But that's huge in the NBA, like, or in any basketball. The timing is like a lot of people think, oh, just because you athletic, you can that timing is it's
Exactly.
huge.
Exactly.
JaVale McGee sometimes really doesn't have it, but he can jump and he's long.
We'll make up for it. Real
Antonio
fast.
Davis. Okay.
Hey, but one thing we talked about, right? Iverson is the youngest player on that Philly starting five at 25.
He's 25 right now.
25 years
I
old.
like that young AI.
That
Getting
is
That's like
wild.
not even like young, like in today's NBA. Either. 25. You're super old.
I mean, prime AI, I guess.
It's crazy.
But who's the oldest person on the Sixers at that time?
Tyrone Hill.
Nah, George Lynch, Matt Guy.
Oh yeah, probably
No,
George
Dikembe.
Lynch.
It's
No,
Dikembe.
Dikembe.
Oh,
Yeah,
obviously, yeah. He had a long career already for Atlanta.
Push up. Nope.
Offensive.
He didn't say his
Damn,
feet.
I don't know if Allen
Yeah.
Iverson agrees with the call.
Mr. Brown.
He was what's it called, the U.S. coach after
Yes,
this
the
year, right?
well-traveled Larry Brown.
2002.
Let's see. Post
Passing it
up.
down, I like that. Get your best player isolated.
Who's that? Who's guarding
You
him?
know Vince is stepping back. He does shoot that shot a lot.
Let's see what he does here. Oh, he wants the mid. He was looking.
Reset.
Oh,
That was a good flop though.
goaltending.
Come on.
Called the goaltending.
Flop City.
That was a good flop.
It's still crazy that Vince Carter is still in the league.
Yeah, no.
42
It's
years
still
old.
crazy
That's
though.
one of the
Like
reasons I feel like we
it's
need to
what,
see
21 years.
It is crazy, dude.
3
Like,
decades.
When
Only
you,
years.
that's 2 decades of
Was it 4
basketball,
decades?
and he's still
3 decades.
Three
he still
decades.
competes. I mean, he's not a starting
4 decades
player
this
anymore,
year.
but I mean, this dude still plays at a high level.
Yeah.
I know it is crazy. Like he got a contract over like
Absolutely.
somebody else. What John made that point too. Like why can't he just like sit down, let some young cat come in?
Nah,
and-
No, he doesn't have to, bro.
And
He's
I
not-
don't agree with that either. Because
Yeah.
like if he's still good enough to get one, then good for him.
And if that young dude was good, someone else would sign him.
Yeah.
It's not like there's some young dude that's not getting signed.
They just ran a little two
Top
screen,
screen, yeah.
coming off mid-range jumper. That's not a play they play nowadays.
Really, a one pass to shoot, man.
Wide open.
I'd
I
sit
don't know
him.
who that was.
I'd sit him just because of that. You're wide open and you.
Was T-Mac on this team?
No, I don't think so.
that's after.
Yeah, he had left, but he had
Oh,
left this
Good
year.
gotcha.
D. Oh.
I think he was on it the year before, though.
Oh, you know who is on this?
What?
Steph Curry's pop.
Yeah, I
On a
definitely saw-
reserve, yeah.
Yeah, man. I think I don't know what game it was this series, but I think he got loose. Maybe
Really?
it was game 1.
Yeah, I'm looking at
I actually
the
never seen him
basketball
play
reference.
either.
It's not
Just
this
saying.
one.
Del Curry.
I mean, you saw his jersey when Drake wore it in
Yeah.
the finals. I mean, that was hilarious. That was legit trolling,
Good
man.
pass.
They're moving the ball well. The Sixers are.
I mean,
They're spreading it around.
when you think about the Raptors, though, do they have any like defensive players like that?
Oakley's just like an aggressive presence down low. That's it.
Yes.
I mean, I really
Aggressive
wouldn't want to
would be
be
correct.
driving in with him.
No.
'cause he don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He'll
Agree.
put you to the floor.
The Knicks fan recognizes.
I love that.
Easy, but
Hey, I love that. You got me. I am not gonna let you in that easy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like the last player you'll see like that was like Kendrick Perkins, you know.
Yeah. Damn, he was weak on the offensive side.
Yes, he was, sir. Yes, he was.
we talked about Kendrick Perkins, but during that Celtics game, and then all of a sudden he went out for
Right.
like a double, 16
It's
points.
true.
His,
He did.
his
Nah, man.
offensive game is so
Big
weak.
man.
Still,
It's like whoever we talk bad about, they
they
have
end
a
up
good
killing.
game that
Yeah,
they don't
it's
see
true.
coming.
It's true. You gotta love.
That's
it.
how you know it's real too, man.
Yeah, man.
It's like we know
They
for a
heard
fact-
you. They said, "Watch me."
Yeah, we know for
Yeah,
a fact.
Pretty
he
much,
had a
we don't know
bad-
what the fuck we're talking about. That's just what we're looking at.
Why you gonna put it like that? Come on, that's not the case. Like 30% of the time, I know what I'm talking
Alvin
about.
Williams.
Let's see. What's it? I really want to see what compare the free throw percentage that people had back. These players had
It was
back.
always bad, man. I don't
Yeah.
know, like always 50, 60%.
I still don't understand that. That is what you do for a living.
Yeah.
That is what you do for a living.
I mean, you could understand how big. I can understand how big I can't shoot. It's when there's like a forward that can't shoot. I think that's
But-
really disappointing.
but
'Cause,
really,
like,
do you
centers,
can you really understand that though?
I mean, touch is not an easy thing touch. I guess. Hey, let me put it this way. Let me preface this with, in my year of junior college basketball, I did not shoot great from the free throw line. But yeah, it's kind of a mental thing. It's an acquired skill, I guess, in terms of the basketball. You just gotta shoot a bunch of them and get better at it. But
and then you said it. You gotta shoot a lot. Yeah. That's all they do for a living.
Yeah,
they should be shooting a lot.
They should be. I still understand why people can have like a 40%, 50% from the free throw line, or even 60%.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I guess to me, I see it when you're a tall guy trying to do it.
This year, right?
It's not so easy, I guess.
No, I can see that, especially Shaq.
That
looked like a little marble to him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He said, "How do I put this little marble in
this basket right now? Why can't I get closer and just throw it in?"
But 5:53 in the first, Toronto up 2.
Vince,
up 5 now.
Vince is what do you think right now? 5 minutes in, like what? Probably 3 for 7, something like that.
Maybe he took some wild drives in to start the game. So he's got 6
points. So they both already
6. Both getting a little loose out there.
Let's see, a little pick.
Eric Snow probably not going to shoot.
But did they say that?
That's so true too. It's
just saying.
Brings the ball up and then
Oh
my
Vince.
Nice. Good fucking finish.
Yo, his athleticism, man.
That Jerome Williams?
Mm-hmm.
I think you can catch him in the big 3 these days.
Yep. Still cheering people on.
Fast forward to the second quarter, 10:50 left. Toronto 12.
Yeah, man. They've been finding it. Vince just must be getting loose out there. I gotta think the Iverson's looking to take over this game sometime soon, though.
Definitely. Oh. Hey, it's crazy. I still give him props though for his size and what he was able.
He was
to do.
able to get over.
What is 6'2", 6'3"?
He did that. See, this is
like 5'11".
He's
like my height.
Like, did Steph Curry have that Iverson toughness? Like, he did this shit when they were playing real bruising defense in the NBA. That's why what Iverson did was amazing. Is that he was going into the valley of the trees, flying into the basket, getting knocked down, and that's why he had his feelings the way he did in practice.
But he was gifted athletically. Iverson was dunk on a motherfucker. Steph Curry's not gifted.
He
in
could,
that way.
but he didn't do it often, which was even more impressive because he could have done it. You know, but he was just so nice.
In his younger years, he was doing it more often.
Yeah.
When he obviously got older.
To me, it gives me a sense that I feel like what Iverson did was more impressive and more difficult than what Curry does.
That's not. I don't think that's necessarily true.
I have to agree. I gotta agree.
That's a hot take. Let me know.
I gotta agree on that.
I guess that's where I'm going.
I think about like changing the game, that kind of thing, like that. Like Steph.
They both changed the game. We definitely agree with that. But fuck.
I think the way the NBA has changed. The way the NBA has changed is that like smaller guys like that are able to extend careers and play longer in the NBA. Because like back then, Iverson, a player like Iverson was getting knocked down constantly and all the time, and that was the only way you could maybe slow him down. And even then, he'd still go off on you. So that you don't see that kind of defense happen anymore.
You can't do that, man. You can't do that. You can't
do that
like
anymore.
That.
All right, but that's why to me the fact that a smaller dude was doing it back then in a tougher defensive era. I mean,
that could be grittiness too, because like how many other AIs were in the league at that time too? Like you wouldn't have anybody.
Right, because they would get hurt. You couldn't do it, man. Like you couldn't be that dude that's like shorter than 6'4", flying into the.
When I think of AI, I think of like Lou Williams, that kind of stuff like that. Somebody who just brings the ball up and like is able to get his shot all the time.
Right.
Yeah. But how many seasons was Curry hurt? Like I know at the beginning of his career, like he was up and down, where it wasn't consistent what he was doing now, right? Like there's definitely. So
I mean, he signed a reduced.
That's fucking crazy good.
He definitely signed a reduced. He signed a reduced deal.
Yeah.
The first one he signed off his rookie deal, he was like for $40 million a year, and he was only getting like $10 million a year. I feel like.
Yeah.
Then he signed the actual max deal after that one.
Look at this shit. It was a walk, but whatever.
Between two step it, man. That's just beautiful.
Ultimate touch,
body control. Look at the body
touch.
control on this, man.
Going through.
That foul.
That body control.
Speaking of the Currys, speaking of the Curry family, Dell was like, damn, how'd he do that?
He's
not a travel.
My kid's gonna be nice.
That's a travel, bro. That's a travel. Oh, man.
At halftime, let's try to switch your mic out.
He has three turnovers already. So this game he drops 54.
Yeah, well. Not to give it away to the people.
Oh, yeah, 35-26, 9:05
Yep.
left in the second.
Coming to get it. Oh, Chris Childs or that Alvin Williams? Getting denied by Mutombo.
Raptors up 9. 8:55 left in the
Eric
second.
Snow into the
Not
paint
shooting the
and
ball.
passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler
Oh,
Williams gets
ball
swatted
went
down.
down. Ball went down.
Vince the other way.
Middle.
Shoot it.
Oh, he
I thought he was
didn't.
going to jump it.
Alvin Williams, no. I feel like Del Curry should be the one taking that shot. Toronto still up 9. I'm liking this. Holding it down. They've been disrupting AI enough. Oh, like knocking him on his ass right there.
Snow, give that ball up, man.
He's
just
about to right now.
How many
Yeah.
points did you
Look at
guys
that.
guess that Vince averaged this year? The 0, the 2000-2001 season.
21?
Nah, I'll put him in.
nah. That's
Oh.
21. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 22, I guess, just to go
What do you
plus
say,
one.
Paulo?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go with 24.
27.
Damn.
27. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not MVP.
I mean, who else is on? Who else on the team is really like an
exactly.
offensive threat?
Exactly. And he was shooting a solid percentage. 47% from the field.
That's decent. That's really good.
Actually, that was 2-pointers. 46% overall.
What about the 3-point line?
3-pointer, 40% from 3.
So
What?
he's
Yes.
wet, man. So
This was his 3rd year in the league.
Oh man, 40%.
40% from 3.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a high, even in this man.
Damn right, yeah. He was getting 22 attempts a game. So, yeah, there's no one else on his team giving him the ball.
Can't argue with that.
Seems like a solid.
Shit, he can wake up from a nap and just do a 360. Just give him the ball.
Cool.
What do you think AI averaged?
I was gonna. I want to
31.
give him more. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
32?
30. I'll go. Yeah, let's give me 32 and a half.
Let's look.
I'm gonna go 28.
Nah, man,
30.
he couldn't have been 30. Nah, it couldn't
Nah,
have been
that's
30
31.
because if it was 30, that was didn't.
It was his MVP
didn't
year.
James Harden just set like a record thing on that? So it must have been more like 29.
I'm gonna go. Damn. I'm gonna go with 30, bro.
Okay.
31, man.
31.
Yeah.
That's 31.
He's
Damn.
MVP.
31.
Yeah,
Sounds
this
about-
was MVP.
31 shot, 42% from the field. Only 32 from 3, though. But that wasn't really his game.
Nah. But when he needed to, he had one. He pulled it when he needed to. How many fouls does he have though at this point? I think they said that he had 2 fouls.
Nah, I missed it.
He was in foul trouble in the beginning, I thought.
7:12 left in the second quarter.
Good
Ooh,
block.
there you go.
Kembe,
There's the
man.
Kembe.
Timing,
Staying
man.
in it.
Yeah. Oh, he called the foul?
What?
Everyone's like, yo, calm down, man.
And look at the jerseys they had. Like the is that the bright jersey? Like that jersey when once
Oh,
you
like a
start
shimmer?
sweating, yeah, that starts
Yeah,
sticking on you, man.
yeah.
I used to hate those
Damn
jerseys.
right. Damn right. They got heavy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, they call it jump ball. They call it jump ball, not foul.
But that's a good call.
Yeah.
Damn.
I thought that was a foul.
Good shit to Kembe.
They should get it anyway.
Nah, it's done.
There we go.
Push,
3 on
push.
2. AI taking that.
That's too easy.
Ooh, there we
Still
go.
go right there for the tip. That's what I feel like. That's how all the points were. If it were in Iverson, they're just getting some tips or rebounds.
Right.
This was in Philly. I thought it was in Toronto for a second.
So
Bro.
first game, what Raptors took, right?
Let's see.
Yes, they
Let's
did.
set it up.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Oh, good shit.
Did they?
Who was
Okay.
that?
Yeah, they won by 3, so it was a close
Okay.
one. But yeah, living in Northern Delaware, AI was a fucking legend, dude.
Was he?
This is where everyone was wearing braids. Like, he was the fucking man.
Had to be, man. I think AI led the league in
Jersey
steals
sales.
this
2.5.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably jersey sales too, I would guess, if you factor in China.
Oh, good move.
He's always been tricky. What's my man's name?
Who?
The point guard they got. Is that Chris Childs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Childs, I
Yeah.
think.
He's always been crafty.
There he is.
Damn, he's like, man.
He's a bruiser, man.
I'm gonna go
Just
hurt
like,
somebody.
jeez.
You could tell when he was growing up. That's what he did. Like
Yeah,
he grew up in
dude.
there. Like probably the homies he played with, they were
Just
oh,
consistently
yeah.
throwing elbows and shit like that.
Yeah.
Good shit, AI. Oh, that's a
That's a
goaltending.
goaltend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's goaltending.
That was good action though. He had Iverson again coming from baseline, coming up, going through a screen. Then a screen gets set immediately, and he's coming right. He passed it though to Eric Snow.
But I think you brought up a good point, right? Like his attitude, his mentality of how he played the game made him. He looks like he's like 6'6". He plays like he's 6'6".
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? Like
For sure.
he does not look like he would be like 5'11", 6 foot playing
Damn
against
right.
these 7 footers. You know,
It's true.
It's crazy. Like your mentality is
Yeah,
everything.
well, because bringing it up into the paint consistently, that's his shot.
Consistently.
Yeah, all the time. Not settling for, like, that long 2-pointer.
Yeah.
Carmelo 2-pointer, that kind of shit like
Exactly.
that.
No.
He sets that pick.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is.
No
how he
way.
feels?
Oh, my God!
Ooh. Him and Vince
back
going at
in
it, huh?
this. We back in there.
Vince just hit a 3, too. Philly down 2, 4:54
It's like-
left.
Oh, good pass.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really nice pass.
Looking at him.
Why is he complaining? Come on. You went for the steal. You reach. He teaches.
Hey,
That was
it's
clearly
simple.
a foul.
Curry.
5 for 6.
Antonio Davis, underrated, I feel like.
Yeah, I'd agree.
He was in there with Vince. He was probably the second highest scorer besides Vince, right?
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, you better not miss those, man. You're Curry.
He's got a Curry name. They started
Man,
it.
those jerseys,
They started the
champions.
So, if Vinsanity didn't happen in Toronto, do you think he would have, like, asked for a trade? Like, right beforehand? Let's say, like, the city. Because, like, think about it. Like,
What do you mean?
not wanting to play for a team knowing that you're never going to win a chip in
Nah.
Toronto.
Why do you think he thought that? They were
He-
in the
no,
Eastern
he
Conference
didn't-
Finals right here.
Yeah, but he didn't think that, like, after the fact, like, he didn't do what KD did, or he didn't do, and, like, he just wanted to stay in Toronto as long as possible.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think, like, if it wasn't that case, right? Like, wouldn't one of the best players in the league just want to play for a team that's a championship caliber team?
I don't know if they had that freedom then, though.
Exactly. It was a different CBA.
Yeah.
I also think the mentality was a lot different back then.
Yeah.
You like. I have nothing against this new era of basketball, but at the same time, this era was like competitiveness. Like, I'm not really trying to partner up with you. I'm trying to beat you. You know. But it's a good question.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like,
It's a
now
valid-
now you see that, like, now you can't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, with the new rules that have just been placed.
Are we good with the cameras?
Right now we are. Yeah,
Okay.
we
You got
got
the timer? Okay.
I got the timer.
Let's see what they do. Pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
5.
They're double team.
Oh
Look
my
at that.
God! Who is this
Look at
guy
that.
out here looking
They
like
got
a
two big.
newborn gazelle? Can't even walk. Is
That's
that
Todd McCulloch. Yeah, I was about to say the same
Todd
thing.
McCullough. Oh,
Todd
wow.
McCullough, man. Oh, God.
Shaggy was going to get him to work in the next round.
Todd McCullough, man.
Why you pick up your dribble? Come on.
He's a big dude.
He was about to
Give
shit.
the ball
Aaron
up.
McKee not doing much. Tyrone Hill,
I didn't know Tyrone Hill's this aggressive, man.
right?
He's got a couple attempts.
Run that.
I mean, I don't know if he's got many makes.
Yeah.
But he's racking up the
He
attempts.
gets his shot right there.
Yeah.
He's racking up the attempts.
What's the score?
Let's see. I think Raptors are
It's close,
3.
though, yeah.
It's close, yeah. Let's see.
There we go. Yep, +3 Toronto. 3 minutes left.
Nice. Ooh.
Oh, Vince gets the double.
Look at that
Gotta
dog.
find it.
They've been doing that the last
Yeah,
one
but look,
too.
you get that
Long
wide open
two.
shot, you gotta hit it.
Yeah.
Long two.
Man.
And that's probably where they couldn't capitalize. I want to see the rest of this game, but I want to see if they're able. Oh, we got hurt.
Oh man, what a surprise! Oakley involved in a collision. Somebody
He
gets
looks,
hurt.
dude, is Oakley ever look young? He look old right there.
This is like Oakley at 28 right now.
Yeah.
Nah, he's probably got to be in his 30s.
Oh, they fast forwarded. 2:37
man.
left in the second quarter.
Yeah, no, it was still the Toronto was up 3. Up 3. Now they're up 2 or
Gotcha.
1. Oh, man!
my God!
Damn.
Behind.
To glide like that through the air, catch a ball, and dunk it from behind, just beautiful.
He said, "Do that again."
Yeah,
He said, "Child,
but
do that again."
Keep running, keep running.
What's the other coach's name? Lenny something?
Yeah, Lenny Wilkins. Yeah,
That slick
Yeah,
hair back, man.
that-
My
that
boy
was
is
good
smooth.
design.
He looks smooth.
Lenny
with that.
Wilkins. There you go.
Wow.
That's what we should be doing. Should double teaming Iverson with their
Don't
white
be saying
guy.
sorry. Come on,
Damn,
get
he
up.
He hit Vince like that.
Those AIs are tough.
You shouldn't have
too.
been playing defense like
Yeah.
that.
With your face, right?
Yeah.
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 That's that James Harden right there.
Yeah, caught that
In the
elbow.
nuts, or is it stomach?
I think it was stomach.
Nah.
Look at those kicks, man.
They're a little bulky nowadays,
Yeah.
but they still look good. I think you can rock these now today.
The shocks.
The shocks, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they should bring back like
Yeah,
Vince
retros.
Carter's retros while still in the league one more time during the. Oh, he's going out.
I know there was talks about.
Is this
doing-
Eric Montrose? Who is this on? Who's this white guy on Toronto?
But yeah, there were talks about them doing it, but
0-0.
it fell through or something. Eric Montrose.
Eric Montrose. Yeah, damn.
Damn. I don't even know who that is.
Man, I feel like I only recognize him because he was like in NBA Hang Time and I Vince Carter. So like, it was like he was one of the guys I could select, but I never did.
He said, "I don't think he's a good fit."
Yeah, exactly. We're looking more for an Antonio Davis type or a Charles Oakley to pair. Oh man.
He only played 32 minutes during the series. It's entire.
Montrose.
Yeah.
How many games did it go up to?
I think it went to 7.
7.
I think it went 7.
Oh.
Oh, Montrose, come on.
Yep. Played 7 games.
I want to say Raptors were up, and then like the Sixers kind of evened it up or took a lead.
No, they split every game.
They just split it back and forth.
1-1, 2-1,
Oh, man.
2-2, 3-2, 3-3. Then Sixers pulled out
I got you, but Toronto
by
was up
1
for
point.
sure.
Home court advantage.
Damn.
Oh, good hands.
Montrose, you let Hill steal it from you?
1:31 left in the second.
It's not good.
Minute 28 left. Toronto up 1.
Philadelphia, a lot of turnovers. Miss with the ball. Where's the double coming? They can't do it with Dikembe.
Uh-uh.
They can't do it with Dikembe. There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Step back.
Oh, Montrose, you're doing work.
Bruh. He got like 2
They're in a
inches
zone.
on the ground.
They're playing a zone.
Were they? I didn't
I
even notice.
thought I saw they were playing a zone.
It was on a weird rebound. People were
Maybe off the rebound?
Yeah. I don't know. People were stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah, give a shake and bake. Gets the screen from
And a
Mutombo.
double long
Too
two.
easy, bro.
Yeah.
A lot
You
of
can't
long
give them
twos.
space.
A lot of long twos.
The anti-analytics offense.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you might as well.
Philly
like
puts
them
Philly
too.
up 1.
47 seconds left.
Good
Montrose
pass.
makes a
That shit-
pass.
oh,
Keon
man.
Clark not ready for it, or was it a bad pass?
A little bit of both. Oh yeah, that's what you want.
Good box.
I can see why Vince takes most of the shots here.
Right. Clearly. Okay, let's see
Eat 'em.
McKembe.
Oh.
Oh, with the reverse pivot.
Man, my boy's
Oh,
looking.
goaltending.
Count those.
You see him though? He's looking down the whole time.
Oh
You don't even
my
know where the
God.
basket's at.
That was a goaltend, and then Tyrell Hill missed a fucking dunk.
Right?
What the hell?
Oh man, that was definitely a goaltender. I'm surprised they did not call it.
Told you. Told you. That was a big joke, man. That was the biggest joke in my area.
This was like when Popeye Jones was playing too, man. And Popeye
A
Jones.
little bit, yeah. They were both like
Wow.
team ugly Hall of Famers.
Wow. Y'all the worst, man. Popeye Jones had the ears though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You look
They
like
look Shrek.
Yeah, and you look like the dude from the Goonies, man. But like just
Shout out to the Goonies.
sloth like kind of thing, man.
Okay. Can do that. How many assists Chris Childs have in this game?
I got. You found it?
No.
Oh,
No, I'm just looking at stats for the series though.
Chris Childs had 9.
Okay, see?
9 assists.
Seemed like he was dishing.
But he still had a negative plus or minus.
Oh.
-2.
That's not good.
Everyone's plus minus is pretty tough. Keon Clark -9.
Oh.
1 tie ball game.
Oh my god.
Like the ball rolls into the rim. You see how it hits the
Yeah,
front, then it rolls
exactly.
in, and that's halftime.
Man, he knows that.
Sixers up 2.
Yeah.
All right, back from halftime. As usual, we have a halftime conversation that we kind of want to bring you up to speed on a few things. Episode 7, we touched on the NCAA's getting pressure to at least allow the players to be paid. One update, similarly related to more so the Rich Paul rule, is that the agents submitted a official letter to the NCAA saying that we don't want to abide by your rules and register to all these rules. Simply put, they don't feel as though that they feel like it's an act or a break in privacy. So they're going to have a lot more information on these agents, and they just feel like it's unnecessary. And I think they're all kind of snowballing and the avalanche effect on pressuring the NCAA to not abide by the rules. So we'll see where that leads. In the meantime, sounds like some other states are submitting the same kind of policy as SB 206, State of California, in which is again allowing players to get paid for their likeness. And Casey has some more information on that.
Yes, the New York State Assembly has a bill up for, I believe it's in debate right now, that would allow for college athletes the right to get paid. There's a couple of specifics to this bill that I thought were particularly interesting, especially considering our conversation last time around. First off, the bill would, similar to the California bill, allow athletes to receive compensation, including the use of a student's name or image or likeness thereof. So video games or signing autographs or appearing in ads for a local business of some sort. The bill would also allow those students to seek professional representation, so they could actually have an agent, which I think is good for the students to obviously negotiate on their behalf, because obviously these are young kids. They probably need an agent representing their interests.
They don't know shit about shit.
Exactly, basically. You know what I'm saying? These are like possibly 17, 18, 19-year-olds. But furthermore, something that definitely reaches back to our conversation we had last week about this, the bill would require colleges to establish an injured athlete fund to provide compensation to athletes for career-ending or long-term injuries. Which is like, why is that not already a thing? Yeah. Like, shouldn't that be the case already? That's
good shit.
Which is a little frustrating but yes, that does reach back to something we were actually talking about last time around about, these athletes have scholarships, but those scholarships aren't guaranteed. They can take them away at any time, especially if due to injury. Lastly, the bill would require colleges to take 15% of revenue earned from athletic ticket sales and divide such revenue among student athletes. So
is it like one general pot they're thinking, and then spread that amongst all the athletes, not basketball revenue?
Exactly, basketball to basketball. It's to be basketball to all the student athletes.
Right. Fair, exactly. That's fair.
From what I'm gathering from this article, but this is obviously very similar, and in some ways an extension of the California bill that was recently passed in the state Senate, and it's very interesting that states are kind of taking it into their own hands. Not really worrying about what the NC2A has to say about things like professional representation or students being paid for their likeness. I am glad to see it. I don't know. What do you guys kind of think about it? Especially maybe the New York Knicks fan has a special opinion.
Special guest.
I think that's key. You know, athletes, they put their body online there all the time, and my biggest thing behind this is, and I saw this by Sherman. He said, athletes don't really or they're not able to really appreciate or really go through an education, because you think about it, football athletes, right? They go through rigorous training, and then at the end of the day, you have an exam tomorrow, right? You got to study exactly as Casey or Roy, like we got to study the same exact way. And think about all that. At the end of the day, you get hurt, your scholarship, it's not guaranteed. Right. And we appreciate your time. You don't have any money, you come from a low, that sucks. But we got somebody that's better.
Exactly. Or it's just not injured. Exactly. Somebody else is here taking your spot.
And then I think that's important too, like to put that, start realizing that you got to put it into a fund for like later on in life, that kind of thing like that for these athletes. And that's what the NFL started to do after 20 some years of like ignoring it
because of the class action lawsuit they've been getting.
And that's a bigger thing. Eventually, I feel like this will start leading into like a union for the NCAA or like NCAA athletes, exactly. So not just players, but like all athletes, kind of thing.
Good.
Just but in a way that shows.
Players.
Well, yeah, man. But like,
no,
I mean, like swim athletes are like volleyball kind of stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Every kind of thing. But if that wasn't the case, like it would just be literally the agents working on the behalf of each athlete, and I think that could be detrimental to an athlete, simply because all athletes aren't necessarily there for their their individual.
Professional.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to make money off of it.
It's for their own personal gain versus. Now I want to play a little bit devil's advocate on this question though. You mentioned something about allocating a certain percentage of revenue for ticket sales that go distributed to all athlete. I personally think that's a great idea. But if you think about it from somebody that's like let's say a football team, right, or a basketball athlete. I'm making all the money. Why is everybody getting distributed that same amount of money?
Yeah, but then again, there's going to be discriminatory laws that they're going to say, why is this person getting paid, but I'm not getting paid the same rate? Like how women are in the corporate world, they're not getting paid the same rate. So
they're not bringing in the money. They're not bringing in ticket sales, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but when you look at a corporation, sales is bringing in necessarily the revenue, but still accounting and the cost makers are still.
So you're saying it's like a team effort versus instead of like an individual performance.
It just would. I think it would be on that fine line of litigation. Like you don't know. Like I would be too afraid to do that if I was like the head board of some athletic director, school
president, whatever.
Yeah,
I got you. I mean, my own feeling is kind of like, well, use it by the same argument. You could say, well, why are they spending anything else on anything that's not sports related? I feel like 100% of ticket revenue should just go back to the teams that sell them. I mean,
that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Fair. You share because at the university is a thing, and all the tuition doesn't strictly pay for just one thing, the same way that all the ticket revenue sales aren't going to pay for strictly one thing. The university spends it on whatever the hell it wants to right now.
Exactly.
So the fact that 15% is going to actually go directly to the students, I am definitely for that, because as of right now, the university says, oh, this is going to go to the chancellor receiving a bonus this year. And it's like, what should he have to do with the team doing well? So, not great, and I can see where you're coming from, but it's only fair if everyone kind of gets a piece of the pie. And if they don't, then it's going to be ripe for most likely corruption. Probably
it'll be an interesting conversation for some people that feel strongly. But I mean, personally, I think it's a team effort, right? Like you have athletes that are in water polo going supporting your football team or your basketball team, and vice versa. I've seen that in campuses. So I think
going to be helpful.
It's only helpful. Like, I mean, one thing I was reading online too was that if you really wanted to get to a specific, March Madness brings in like 90% of revenue for NCAA, $900 million during
something ridiculous,
like something stupid like
and that has to get spread around. Like,
what are you talking about? It has to get spread around. I'm sorry.
That income.
According to the New York proposal, you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
15%.
But imagine though if the basketball department of all universities, like, we bring you guys 90% of your revenue, and you're gonna come and tell me that we're gonna distribute this. It'd be an interesting piece once But I think to your point, right? Like, I don't think I would really want to be that head department athletic director of that university making a comment like, that's not fair.
Exactly.
Right.
It's gonna be a tough one. I'm all for the moves that are being made by both the states of California and the state of New York in these instances.
And now we're seeing South Carolina.
So you're saying specifically, so this would only be for any New York university?
Correct.
Right.
Yes, because obviously they only have control over
their
jurisdiction.
So this is only state, not federal.
Right.
Can you guys see that being a federal thing?
It will eventually
Absolutely.
have to be. Because
where it's like a standardized, like
it should be.
It should be that should be the case already, or the NC2A should be doing a better job of helping regulate it across the states. But their strict stance of no, this is never going to happen is why it's come to this point that the states have to piece together less legislation, and more influential states will got to get the ball rolling.
Yep.
Florida and New York seem like a pretty good place to get started, if you ask me.
Florida's probably a longer way away from where.
Right.
It's super conservative.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said I meant New York and California.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking about football in Florida as well. There's
gotcha.
a lot going on, but hopefully they get some of those states in the South to start coming along, because there's a lot of revenue that the student athletes are missing out on down there.
Yeah, right.
Can start
the
getting
most
some of
revenue probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there a way to see like the transparency where like the money actually goes to? Is it like because
I don't think
for public public universities,
public,
I think they have to.
Okay.
For public universities, you probably can, but definitely for private universities, I'm sure they can
really
do what they want.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting on a lot of different levels.
Exactly, and like they don't want you to know how much money they're making, because if you really knew, you'd be like, wow, why can't they give 15% of that to the students?
It's not like a corporation where you have to report your quarterly earnings. Who knows how much money we're making?
Exactly, we're just
that's so shady.
We have games for school spirit. It's for the best of the atmosphere.
Exactly.
We're
a nonprofit.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I definitely think there should be like a somewhat of a trust type of account for athletes, so that not necessarily when they, I don't know, that was part of like kind of what they were thinking about doing, but where you have that at the end after your 4 years of collegiate level. Like, let's say you don't make it to the pros because it's like a 1-2% chance of really making it to that level. But at least you have something to come back on. You know, a lot of these
they need
athletes
to do that because then you'll start seeing like it like this is what happens like in boxing and like in fighting sports like in UFC and stuff like that. You can't unionize or you can't have like a joint type of effort or joint like a program. Otherwise, then you're gonna have to pay for athletes that were in the UFC for 4 or 3 years and they just got hurt and and then you have to pay for the rest of their lives their health insurance for them, and that leads to like to healthcare for I don't know for the next 20-30 years, and that's something that's an exuberant amount of money to actually
it's a cost
without a doubt, and now you're gonna have to do that with which is it's a good thing that they're probably eventually gonna have to do that, but I can't see that not being a thing for the past 30-40 years. Like, that's crazy to me.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess to me it's also crazy that the NCAA tries to claim that they are doing what's in the best interest of the student athletes, and something like this is not already a thing, even though they got $900 million for the March Madness. Like, that's crazy.
Bullshit.
That is crazy. Like, how much do you really need to give to a player who gets injured? Or even if they could just like guarantee scholarships for student athletes who are clearly an injury is what's taking their career away. Like, they already have a crazy waiver process for who can transfer and who can't, and like that's already some shady business, and it's decided on a case-by-case basis as it is. And it's like the fact that their argument against making these changes, or these states doing these things, or they're trying to urge governors not to sign these bills, is that they can decide what's best for the student athletes, and that's what their whole mission and objective is to do. And it's like their actions betray those quote unquote goals that they have. But I don't know. I'm giving out all the hot takes tonight.
Yeah.
So.
let's let Roy transition to another kind of summarily related topic. He brought the question about kids.
Well,
what was your question?
Exactly. Like all of a sudden now we know that students can't lose their eligibility. And let's say
this goes past all the state stuff goes through.
Okay. They're not going to lose their eligibility. So now you have students that are in high school and younger to actually able to get direct representation as like a 14, 15-year-old kid. And now that 14, 15-year-old kid is making a shit ton of money off for sponsorships.
Hundreds of thousands, maybe.
Not even, way more than that, man. They'll be making millions of dollars. Like the top 10 McDonald's All-Americans in the United States are going to be making that type of money easily off of sponsorships, but then you'd have to have like their agents are probably going to be their father or their like family members, and we already know that that's never a good thing already.
No, it's not a good success, like not a good formula for success at times.
Not a high ratio or probability.
And I think you literally just putting not an age limit, because we already know that doesn't really work. Putting an age limit on these kids to like
there are like child labor laws. I think
that's where I feel like that would be a little sad.
That's a gray area.
Yeah, like you have children making money. It's like in high school.
But I think they can only like work a certain number of hours, even if they're like an actor or actress.
That's what my sister was talking about.
Yeah,
she was talking about they could only work, and that's why you have like twins working, because like literally to make a movie you'd have to use, I don't know, 5-6 different directors so you could like work around the child's schedule, that kind of thing like that, because the child still has to go to school for a certain amount of time.
Right.
So now you're gonna see like all these high school athletes getting not a private education, but not an education at all, because they don't have to go to school. They have private tutors, and they'll probably test out of school around like 16 years old, and then it's going to be literally them, because they're good enough.
Well, I mean,
and they should be good.
For the record, I mean, like, have y'all heard of IMG Academy? And it's like these things.
Which one's now?
So, to my understanding, this is it's an academy in Florida, and then students transfer down there. But it's basically a football factory. It turns you into a pro football player.
It's football. It's all various sports. So it's an academy.
Exactly.
It's a top performance academy where like they provide. Most of the time, you're dedicated to that sport that you're in, and then you're also getting tutored. They have like on-site like tutoring and schooling, so you're pretty much never leaving, and you're focusing on your training.
Exactly, and they have school as well, I guess, and they teach them some other subjects, but for the most part, that's what they're there for. And I mean, it fast tracks them, I guess, on their way to bigger and better. So I'm not hating on that.
Exactly,
it's more of they already kind of do what you're suggesting, in my opinion, in places like that. Yes.
But they're not getting paid as much as they could be based on that.
What I'm saying is, I guess what I'm getting from your argument is that these students are going to test out and they're going to be going to school less. right?
Well, no, they already do go to school.
Okay, so I guess what's the downside of what you're saying is going to occur?
Well, they're not going to be. They're going to be making an exorbitant amount of money. They're like, it doesn't make any sense.
You don't think that they should be able to make that money?
That 15, 16-year-old making millions of dollars, knowing that for him to do
how
that,
many 15, 16-year-olds are actually going to make millions of dollars?
It's going to be
a
low amount.
Yeah,
You also got to think about though. Social media has come to the point where you can market yourself and make maybe not necessarily millions of dollars, but you're making more than an average like decent
9 to
person.
5,
maybe even making 200, 300 grand a year.
Exactly.
You're making more than your parents at 15 years old. Another piece behind that is you like.
Do we see anything that's wrong with that though? I guess I'm not seeing a downside.
I think in a downside, to play a little bit more devil's advocate, is like, you think about it. You're making $200,000, $300,000 a year. Do you really want to be in school? Like, are you really going to take school serious? And the basis of like your fundamental.
But that could happen. Like, I guess so. We don't want that to happen to youth, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
that's what
I don't think.
Even though, like, as of right now, that already happens to youth,
YouTube,
just outside
musicians.
of sports. Like, we're protecting this small group of population of sports athletes. Like, we're gonna protect them and make sure that they stay in school and not give them incentives to just drop out of school. But what about students who aren't athletes who start making slime or doing slime bubbles on YouTube, and then they get a bunch
Twitch
of
accounts?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of child stars already on YouTube that are making a bunch of money, and they don't have incentive to go to school. Hopefully both their parents or an internal pride or they value an education, because I think we all agree that it's probably important for them to do, but they have those possibilities exist already for them to be sidetracked in the way that you guys are talking about. And we're not saying anything about the people who aren't student athletes, so why is it the student athletes are the ones who can't be allowed to make that money?
Well, I think it was not necessarily losing. It was like the idea of losing their eligibility. That's what I was really
right.
But the idea of eligibility is a fake construct by the NC2A, right?
Yeah, regardless, definitely, without a doubt. And that was definitely something that needed to change a very long time ago, because now we know that social media, you can just really make money doing just having followers. And doing so, like that 14, 15-year-old and will consistently make way more than $200,000, man.
Yeah, I would say for maybe a top 100 athlete, the ESPN ranked or whatever, he'd probably make a couple 100,000. You know,
millions though, but I don't think it's gonna get that much exposure.
I agree, because it's like your investment. Like if you're Nike, are you really investing Are you really investing millions of dollars on one kid?
Exactly.
Because now like a LeBron,
possibly,
like a LeBron James,
that would be like a very.
But if they want to, that's okay. Like, again, I'm not seeing anything wrong with that happening myself. Like, we don't want young people having too much money is the argument that I basically am hearing, because they might stop school and there's gonna be bad influences that become them. That's what happened to child stars all the time.
Exactly.
It's like, why are
is that a good thing though?
I don't necessarily think it's a good thing, but I also don't think that there should be laws and rules against.
It should be controlled. There should be more there should be a
compliance.
There should be definitely.
Sure, exactly. We can do something along those lines, but the fact that we're strictly right now not allowing it to happen, I think that that's both weird and hypocritical in a sense.
For sure.
Definitely hypocritical.
Anti-capitalism.
Yeah.
I just want to take a quick step back and think about it. Like, to me, it's frustrating that sports unfortunately has come to it's all business, you know, and it's like really like the biggest piece behind it is like the inhumane how it really has become. Like NCAA is just, you know, they say this is for the best interest of the kids, but at the same time, like, it's all about right here, the green. You know,
hypocrisy is rich in this situation.
Yeah, it's kind of sad at a certain point, because it's like you take away the fun from the game. Yeah, you know, it's like.
Well, yeah, exactly. The NC2A will be the first ones to use the amateurism argument, but then it's like, because they're the ones taking in all the money.
It's for the game. Don't worry about the money, guys.
But then I brought up this argument that it's not. Well, that's because something you don't agree with me about. But it's not just the NCAA that's doing it. It's like it's everybody else that's supporting the NCAA, that are like buying season tickets, that are that enjoy the idea that amateurism is rampant and it makes sense in collegiate athletics. Like, just to play a sport for the sake of the sport. Like, that's why you can't, like, gamble on baseball and stuff like that. And even though, like, that's a very big faux pas. Like, you can't, everybody does it, but you can't see, like, little leaguers all of a sudden betting on games. Like, little leaguers making money because they're playing on ESPN every single August, that kind of thing like that. Those little kids should be making a lot of money. They should be making a lot of money because they are bringing a shit ton of revenue, not just, and support for the game. Right. And you notice, and it's so fun to watch because those kids are literally just playing for the fun of playing sports, playing baseball.
So if they were getting paid, like no one would watch the League World Series. Is the argument I'm
I
hearing.
feel like they would be
Game would change,
It would
you
be a
think?
different type of atmosphere. At least it wouldn't
I don't
be
think
as
so.
it wouldn't be as fun to watch.
So
You know that.
you see more stacked teams.
Yeah, you'll see like the Danny
Definitely.
Almonte.
There's already
You'll see the
stacked
Danny
teams.
Almontes and stuff like
That
that. Like,
happens now, though.
I know
Like,
it happens now, but you know what? But it
it's already. So I feel like this idea, this myth, is like it is just that. It's
But
a
you're
myth.
bringing like you're actually getting paid for it now.
Dude,
Versus
Yes.
versus like you're doing it like you're stacking up teams in a certain region, but now
people
there's more
will
like
cheat.
hey, I'll
people
pay you.
cheat. All right, let me look at the camera. Like this. People cheat. If there's a prize, people will cheat to win it. Just like they did with Danny Almonte. There's apparently no incentive right now to cheat like that, and people have tried to do it, and people will continue to try and do it. People do stack teams. Like these, yes, there are like little leagues that just like everyone needs to move into this area so that we can have a good team this year. And like
About to change.
that's already a thing that occurs. I guess is what I'm trying to say to you guys. And so the fact that we're saying that they shouldn't get paid so that we prevent things like that from happening, they're already occurring.
Exactly.
They're totally happening
Exactly.
already.
So jump
Just
ahead
like-
of it. Yeah, figure out a way to
Perhaps jump
of it.
ahead of it, but I guess like there should be more rules figuring out how to deal with it as opposed to just strictly outlawing it. Is my
Exactly.
point.
But are people really looking into this cheating though? Because there's no money.
just like they
involved.
weren't looking into steroids in baseball until they were,
Why?
and then
Because
everyone was
all
doing
that
it.
damn money
Just like
was
they,
making, I feel like they should bring steroids back in a way. I mean,
They
I'll be
like
honest
the
with you,
steroids
man.
help baseball. Like
they
move
told the
forward.
guys
Yeah,
stop
exactly.
taking
How many
steroids
home
and they
runs?
juice
Yeah,
the ball.
man.
Yeah, they said stop taking the steroids. We're gonna juice the ball. So if we can't make bigger people, we'll just make the ball lighter
Right.
and more aerodynamic.
Cork the
So
bats.
exactly, and like they find a way to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? To give the people a product they want to see.
Oh man, so that's not even. It's not even like the corporations to blame. It's necessarily like the fans, the fans that want to
It's
watch.
the-
If you
stuff
want to
like
boil
that,
it down,
man.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
what sport is at its root. You know, when the Romans were putting on the gladiator shows,
Yo,
people
it's
wanted to see some
barbaric
crazy
as shit.
stuff.
Like they wanted to see somebody like
Well-
die immediately.
Well, I
So-
mean, my own theory of sport in general is like it's for the masses to consume and kind of distract them from their day-to-day lives.
Right.
Really, it's like
Yeah.
an escape.
Entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. It's an escape, just like any other, like art or a book, or people have their own vices and things they want to watch or do on their spare time, and that's what sports is. And they still got the eyeballs. The NFL still has the eyeballs. The NBA, the NC2A, they all get the eyeballs, and that's why the ad money's there. That they should really probably be distributing to the players whose
Exactly.
backs
The people who are
that money is
generating
earned off of.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the biggest piece of it all is the insurance. That insurance that they're
That's
going to be
clutch.
getting,
Yeah.
that is probably
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's clutch.
without a doubt.
All right.
All right. No, I think we got to the bottom
we
of
got
that
a
one.
good chunk there.
Absolutely. Let's get
So,
back into this game.
Yeah, we get back to the game. You want to rewind it just a smidgen,
Yeah.
I think it is. All right, so we're back here. Here's the second half of the game. Let's kick it off here.
Second
Iverson's
half.
about to go off.
Exactly.
man.
Well, Iverson is already kind of gone.
Yeah,
pretty
he
hard.
was hot at the end of the second
Yeah.
quarter.
Back in it, 49-47. Philly leading Toronto by 2. And
ISO.
AI
There's a
is
double
just getting
team.
loose.
Baseline.
Oh.
Got blocked though.
Good shit to
There you go.
Kembe.
He
first
went
and only
against
points of the
three
game.
Iverson get the assist for that.
I'm telling you,
I ain't
man.
gonna play him like that.
Nah.
Shout out the hard workers like Mutombo, Ben Wallace out there playing the defense, holding it down in this era.
Like how I would love to understand how much practice they really do for blocking. Like, do they actually have like 2 hours
Like
practice
blocking
and
drills,
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
Like, do they have 2 hours of just blocking drills?
That's
Maybe
interesting.
double jumps, I would say.
Yeah, but
Oh, good pass.
no,
Erickson.
this is back to my point. Like, how can you not make some free throws?
Yeah.
That's my point again, man.
Maybe that's what they're spending their time doing. Is the
Good
blocking
shit, Eric.
drills.
That's his shot too, and he
Yeah, that was
misses
his
it.
spot.
That's his shot. Like,
Yeah, right at
you
the
said
free
that
throw
about
line.
Eric Snow.
That's his
Yeah,
location.
that's his
yeah.
right
Okay.
there. Yeah.
All right. I mean,
Bring the ball up, free throw line, a little jumper. If he's gonna shoot the ball.
And it's
Mr.
long
VC.
too. A lot of long too.
Shooting 40% from the 3 this season, man. That is crazy.
all
Yeah.
right. Oh, nice pass. Yo, shoot it.
What are you doing?
Fade away.
You did a full
Getting
360
these
for
buckets.
nothing.
I'm putting in 19. That's what Antonio Davis just told you.
Hey,
What am I doing? Getting these buckets.
you right. Unnecessary movement, but it's cool, man. You got your 19.
It's true. If he hits it, no one's complaining about it if he makes
That's
it.
true.
Yeah, with the ISO. There's a double team. Oh, that was a good play. That was a good play. Dikembe was anticipating that, so he set the screen for the help.
Yep.
Gave Eric Snow a wide open shot.
Child.
Yeah.
Good
Nice
pass.
pass. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And that's why they don't shoot threes in this area.
Yeah,
That's why
man.
just give it to Vince. That's really what it is.
Sure. Yeah.
That-
I told you to not pass.
That's not a good shot. That was not a good shot.
No. Didn't even hit red.
I'm trying to think of like the 3-point knockdown shooters during this era. It would have been like Ray Allen and
Ray Allen. Is Reggie Miller still?
Yeah, I
Reggie
feel like
Miller's
Reggie
still
Miller
playing
was still
still,
in there in
yeah, Reggie.
2001. I don't know. Look at the 3-point leaders.
Threw the hit
for the
behind
zip.
the back.
Oh, that's nice.
This was before Peja.
His step back was dirty. His step back.
But what made his step back dirty is that he would cross you while he was faking like he was going for a step back, and then he would cross it back over and just get to the basket on you. No?
It's a good play there. Long two again.
Push. Let's see.
Eric Snow. Oh,
Ooh,
man. He got
missed
up.
it, though.
He missed it, but he got up for it.
Oh, he wants that.
Cash.
He wants that.
Oh,
Hard.
come on, Vince.
So
Shots
we
we
got two.
need, baby.
21 left. In the
Lenny
third.
Wilkins looking pensive.
My
on the
man
sideline.
looking sharp.
Looking sharp, but the facial expression is that of, man, why is anybody shooting but Vince? Didn't they give like my halftime speech?
That was the game plan.
It's like, dude.
Yo,
give up.
Jerry Stackhouse was right behind AI during this year,
Nice,
man.
okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, he wasn't on this game. He wasn't.
No.
Yeah, but Stackhouse for the Pistons, yeah.
Yeah. For the Pistons.
They're talking about stat wise.
Yeah, stat
Oh,
wise.
gotcha. I'm like, what?
Not
They
in this
traded
game.
Stackhouse.
No, we were talking about 3-point leaders during
Gotcha.
this season.
Gotcha.
That was it.
No. I'm looking at points right now.
I wanted the 3-point leaders though.
Oakley.
Oakley stepping out, showing the
Mid-range.
mid-range. Oh my. Okay.
Let's see what they do right here.
I like that Antonio Davis
Snow.
and Oakley have been a little more aggressive here in the second half to start out. They kind of need to get those points in the paint popping.
3-1 screen.
That should be money.
Oh,
Come on.
Eric Snow misses.
He hit the hip.
Loose ball. Nah, loose ball foul. He's not shooting on that.
He was complaining
No,
about it though.
yeah, he said
he
his-
wanted that
his
foul.
wrist. He's shooting.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn. Fuck.
What are you looking at over there, man?
Land of basketball.
Not feeling Basketball Reference?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Shout out Basketball Reference.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Damn.
legit sources.
Man, who has to you guys the most like dramatic free throw? Like,
Oh, man.
I was
Like
Antoine
release?
Walker too, man.
Antoine Walker.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
man.
even
What a
just-
different league it is.
well, who it was? Antoine.
Antoine Walker was a leader
Wizards?
in 3-point. Nah, the Celtics, man.
He
Ah,
played
okay.
Celtics.
He was a leader.
Oh,
in
Anton
three-point
Walker, not
field
Anton Jameson.
goals. Nah.
Gotcha. Anton Walker.
Yeah.
Jagging.
Dude, wow. Tyrone Hill just throwing a hip out at Vince right there. I hope everyone saw that
Yeah, it
on
was
camera.
Antoine Walker, Ray Allen, and then Tim Hardaway.
Oh,
Another
Oakley.
one? Go ahead with your best.
Fire.
That's what I'm saying.
Oakley
That's what
fire
I'm
in the
saying.
catapult. Oh, man.
That's crazy.
I like it.
I don't know. Weird releases.
Well, like even not even word releases, but like even just to get actually your shot up, you know, like
The gather?
Yeah, like the gather, like when you're in the free throw line. Remember Jason Kidd always behind, like he did like a
His
mean-
jumper was off too.
I
man. It
mean,
was
Sean
super weird.
Marion's, if we're trying ugly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Weird.
my.
Yeah.
Shaq,
Yeah.
Shaq was a struggle, man.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! With the little just trying to even balance it out in his hand.
He'll kind of fall over afterwards.
It's like he started tapping his feet, like, oh, happy feet shot. Oh, man. Yo, he would have had so
Struggle to
many more
watch.
points.
That's
if he only
interesting
shot
because, like, yo, what are you
Imagine that.
practicing,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah.
He would've
Yo,
set
Shaq,
the
just
record.
practice a little, like, 10-footer right there. Just learn to shoot the
Yeah.
ball.
Oh, did you guys see what's my man's name? Ballhead Richard Jefferson was on the what's it called?
He's good.
The jump.
Yeah, I like
jump.
Richard
He
Jefferson.
said he didn't like that Kobe discredited some of LeBron's losses in the finals because he's saying, wait, you weren't even the best player on 3 of your finals that you won.
Damn.
Oh, that's what Richard Jefferson said to him?
That's what he said to Kobe. Yeah.
Damn.
For 3 of your chips
Yeah.
that you have, you weren't even the best player, and it wasn't even close. That's what he
Do
said.
y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
I can see
Absolutely.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
about to say,
I wanna make sure,
yeah,
of course.
without a
Like I
doubt.
understand we got
I mean, I just didn't know that people said that to
Yeah.
Kobe like that, you know.
Well, he wasn't actually there. He
Of
was
course,
saying
but
via
still.
the
but
show.
Kobe heard it.
Kobe
for sure.
obviously heard
definitely.
that.
Another
Right.
one?
Damn right.
Man.
But I was like, yeah, that's evident for sure.
Yeah.
We watched. Well, I don't know if you saw that. 2000. What year was that? 2002. We watched.
Yeah.
It was the Kings versus the Lakers. Shaq
Fucking-
just killed it.
Right?
You can't defend that. Like, Vlade couldn't do anything.
They had like
Scott
they had like
Pollard
20 in like one quarter.
How much?
Man, I
would-
feel like that was later. I feel like it was like 2008, wasn't it?
No,
No.
Shaq.
I'm bugging. I'm bugging.
No.
But what? How much he weighed at that
2002.
time? Like 320.
And he was overweight.
Yeah, he looked overweight. You could tell. He definitely.
But it was just so crazy that how that big he was,
Mhm.
and he was just you can't.
Yeah, it
You
moved
have to
live.
foul him.
Yep. He was like coordinated enough to actually dribble and put the ball in the hoop and yeah, like
That little ugly hook.
yeah, exactly. Your only hook.
Ooh,
Don't do it
make
to
that
And
Give it back.
come
Come back.
home.
$2 for $1.
There you go.
Nah,
There it is. There it is.
Fading left. Ooh,
Right.
tough shot.
Iverson ain't trying to catch and shoot. He's trying to dribble and shoot. But man,
Oh, garbage.
Like, what do y'all think these other players are saying? Like,
Oh, he flopping.
when the coach is like, give it to Iverson or give it to Carter.
no, they're not saying that. They're like running plays to
I'm
try and
sure
get them
they're.
over.
Like you
but,
mean
but
ISOs?
all these plays are for them.
No, but I feel like it's like they understand that, like, yeah, that guy gets his shot and then I get mine off the glass, you know? It's understood. I don't think it's really a...
Like, everybody knows their role.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely know the roles, and AI and Vince are ahead of
That's
shoulders
hard to-
above everyone else.
Exactly.
That's hard because, like, if you really think about it, you know there's egos out there in the NBA. Like,
Damn right.
You come up and you're the shit. Like,
McDonald's
that's-
All-Americans.
You're all like everybody knows you, and then
Mhm.
you come to like a team where there's this other kid
Yeah.
who was like looks at you like that's so cute.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
were
tight.
cool, like you were
Right.
nice, like you're a nice JV. Let me
Yeah,
show you
right.
what it really is.
That,
Like,
that high school record you said looks pretty cute on the wall, bro.
It's humbling, man.
Yeah.
he said
I'm
that's
sure.
what
I'm sure,
Humbling.
man. It's got to be.
That must be a shock. That must be a shocker even going into the league like that. you
I
know?
mean, I'm sure it's
Right.
like a situation where they probably that first time they go up to try and throw it down, and some dude comes and swats them. Like, whoa, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I'm not used to that.
Yeah, exactly. Usually I glide up here, no one can touch me. And
Yeah.
then they just came over and just stuffed it. Oh, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, man, definitely got to be a humbling experience to have that happen to you when you were a big fish in a small pond, and then you get a.
Ooh, that was
But
Mickey's corner
you get
spot.
put to the ocean at that
Mhm.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Front. Ooh,
But yeah,
let's
man,
go.
What
it's
is
all-
that
Okay.
defense? Just this.
Ah,
my
Dikembe.
God.
It's totally about knowing a role though and fulfilling that role
Yeah.
exactly. And like, there's times when they need him to shoot, you know, but it's not all the time.
But I feel like this is why these teams made it so far, and I think that a lot of these teams that you think you're like, damn, they only have one good offensive player. It's because
Everybody else knows their
everybody
roles.
understands their role
Damn
and
right.
are on board with it. You know,
Damn right.
And it's crazy when you think about in this era. Like that's why some teams you're like, why couldn't they make it? Like you see these
They're
the
missing
On
roster,
paper, they were
on
fat.
You're like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
this is a
yeah.
fat ass team.
Uh-huh.
But then they just the egos.
Like, oh yeah, Carmelo
Yeah.
was on the Thunder. That's why they didn't.
You
go
don't have
for
a good
it.
example of that?
Hey, why are you talking about Melo?
Another Knicks fan and
I have
stuff
a
like
good
that.
example of your theory there. USA basketball. On
Oh,
paper, they were fucking
man.
deep.
Yeah,
But
I mean, kind of deep. Not as deep as they could
Oh,
have.
oh, obviously,
yeah.
obviously,
there
but
should
deeper
be-
than
yeah,
every
Yeah,
other
compared,
team.
yeah, compared.
There
to
should be no reason why they lose that.
Exactly.
But it is a different
Exactly.
game. I mean, there are
Somewhat, but still, they
Isn't
were
it to
leaps
their
and bounds
advantage, though? Isn't it towards
athletically
their
and
advantage?
talent.
of course.
Like the 3-point line is actually closer. It's like a mid-range shot for them.
Yeah, but
right?
they didn't have 3-point shooters on the NBA team.
They had Joe Harris.
Yeah, but he never started
But it's-
either.
but that's
He
not
had
even
good
the same.
minutes.
Yeah.
Is it the same 3-pointer line? Like I think it's actually closer.
I think it's a little closer. Yeah, it's a
There's-
little closer.
But I maybe it helps, but they obviously didn't have shooters, and
Yeah, they didn't
the
have
one
shooters.
the one on ball shot creator that they kind of had, which was Kemba Walker, and they had
Yeah.
Kemba Walker and Donovan Mitchell.
yeah.
Donovan Mitchell got it done. Kemba Walker did not get it done, and that's why they lost that game. The one to France.
I think Kemba Walker's gonna be nice with the Celtics. Just
That's what
super
we were
nice,
talking about.
yeah.
That man.
Yeah.
And I definitely changed my tune. I was saying that I think it's a downgrade from Kyrie to Kemba, but now I disagree with that. I think it's an
Yeah.
even trade.
I think it's actually.
Ooh, good
I think
pass.
it's an improvement.
You think it's an improvement?
Yeah, because
In
now you
what
take
sense?
that ego away from that team. And
That's
Kemba,
exactly-
you
yeah,
that was
notice-
KC's
Yeah,
point.
I
and,
was saying
Kemba also is better when they like off the ball.
Yeah,
Like
That's fair.
and
like,
we'll work
okay.
hard.
You saw
Doesn't
that
need
in the
it,
U.S. team, they were driving in and they would just dish it to him on that three, and he would just pop it right.
That's fair.
And you have Jason Tatum, who can.
You need that Jason Tatum.
Yeah, man, but
when
he
was out.
needs to be consistent. If like he wants to, because you could tell he wants to be like that Kobe.
Yeah.
But like,
He has it though.
does he though? I mean, it seems like if
He can
wants to
shoot
be
well.
Kobe,
He can handle well.
Does he want to
has
be
the-
Kobe
the
with
talent.
Shaq in his prime on the squad, or does he want to be Kobe when Shaq was gone? You know.
I don't think he'll be ever Kobe.
Of
obviously,
course,
what I'm saying,
yeah,
but I
but
think he'll be
can he
good
be the
enough
man?
to score 15 to 20
When
points
he wants
a
to.
year.
But can he be that main dude when you need a bucket? He's getting it for you. That's what I think.
I think so.
To see.
I think
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good at ISO.
Man, I personally thought he got like that was a steal in the draft. He should have gone.
If you, I mean, my thinking kind of goes that if he was a better player, would maybe Kyrie have wanted to stay? But maybe
Nah,
not.
Kyrie's.
No,
like
that
you
was
said,
upper management.
yeah.
I think. I don't think it was
Just
necessarily
ruining
the
it?
team.
Okay.
I think it's tough to play with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
we
it's
can
like
agree with that.
when you put LeBron. I think the reason why it meshed and even Kyrie wasn't even on board was the fact that it was LeBron.
Yeah.
Like,
Fair.
It's like Kyrie understands that he'll never be a LeBron, and
That's why he had to leave.
But at the same time, Kyrie
Good
did what he needed to
Good
do,
defense.
and they won, right? Like there was moments
pass.
for
Oh my
But he
God,
had.
yeah.
I mean, he was upset
Good
all that
court
year,
vision.
like too, wasn't he?
What?
Wasn't Kyrie like upset at multiple points during that year that they did end up winning it?
Yeah, I mean,
Like he's a mercurial
it's a
player.
grind, man. If you're not upset in one of your 82 games, then something's not
bro,
right.
But no, it's not about
Competitively.
just getting upset competitively. I don't have a problem with those things, but I feel like he had like issues with not being the main dude. Like he wanted to be the main dude,
But that's-
and still wanted to.
But did
when
we
he
hear
was
that
in
from
Boston.
him, or did we hear that from some sports
No,
media?
I feel like you hear it from him because you hear it from him in the same way that
Can't
he
say I
like,
heard
wants-
that.
What I'm saying is when he says that he wants to stay in Boston and then he like doesn't stay in Boston. I mean,
like
Things
the actions
change.
speak a lot louder than words.
Things change,
that's
though,
all I'm
man.
saying, I guess
Things
dude.
change.
So at that time he did want to stay there, and then by the end of the season
so
he
wet,
didn't no
man.
more.
66-60
Maybe.
with what?
Hey,
3
what do
minutes
you all
left?
think would happen if social media was
Not a thing now.
was a thing back
318
then?
left.
Oh yeah,
Oh man.
Like I'd just be curious.
That'd
to
be
see, like,
fun.
AI
Instead of fucking like AI talking shit. 'cause
AI,
it's
First of
like-
all four of us would be dumber.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no, it would have been interesting. I wonder what these personalities. I mean, it gives you such more direct
So
access
ugly.
to people.
Good hustle though.
Because, like,
George
I mean,
Lynch.
back in this time, man, the media really crafted anyone's narrative was crafted by the media. more or less.
Whoa, that was a foul.
foul.
How was that not a foul?
Yeah, took out his leg, right?
Wow.
The true
Jerome
painters
Williams.
were the reporters back
Yeah,
then.
exactly. The B
Oh,
writers
my
are the ones who
God.
crafted things.
Jerome.
Man,
And it wasn't
that
even
was-
all that much either. It wasn't like necessarily sports reporters. It was just like ESPN, like
37
Scott
left,
Van Pelt and
30.
like
Mm-hmm.
who's Byron, not Byron
Hey,
Scott. What the
mid-range.
fuck's his name?
Oh
Bucket.
my
Stuart
God.
Scott.
Stuart Scott. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Stuart Scott.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Man.
no, it's
My man, when you saw him that Sixer fan, he was happy. I
Right.
like that.
Hey.
That'd be me at the Knicks game.
Dude, that's so deadly. You just go through your leg, like Iverson goes through his legs. He's so fast, you have to like
Exactly.
react to that.
Well, he was so like fidgety and twitchy, like he had that quick twitch stuff going on that you can't really defend it, man. You have to kind of guess he's gonna go left or right and
Yeah.
just move your body that way, and
I
hopefully
mean, think
he'll
about
cross
it though.
you.
Like a lot of people, because of like the way he moved with the ball,
Mhm.
like it's like that's what really like you didn't see that like a lot back
Oh,
then.
no,
Like,
definitely not.
Yeah, he
his
redefined it.
manipulation, like the way he like.
Well,
did
his
it,
carries,
my
I think, is what you mean.
Some
to say.
of
His
it.
manipulation, his manipulation.
But that's
his
like telling me
carry.
that James Harden doesn't carry.
Yeah, no, he absolutely, and well, mainly the traveling, but also the carrying.
But
I mean,
I'd say I've seen even
Sixers.
people like just dribbling the ball up the court. They're carrying like it's a very you have to do somewhat of a. I don't like it, but
it's whatever when you're carrying it up the court. What the problem is when you're using the carry to
As an
defend
advantage.
exactly as an advantage against a defender. That's when
Yeah,
there's
There
a
it is.
problem.
There it
that
is.
needs to
His
be
eyes,
called.
look at that.
Right?
They had three
They had the
defenders
running guy
on
over.
him.
They had the
Oh,
shit.
Tyrone Hill from the corner?
No,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
what's this guy's name? 33.
Man, I don't even know.
I don't even know him either.
It's not McKee. It ain't Lynch.
Is that Jermaine Jones?
No way.
Yeah.
A young Jermaine Jones.
Jermaine Jones.
Oh man,
I forgot all about him.
I feel like he had some time on the Raptors too. I want to say.
another one. You just missed the
Another
last one
one.
wide open. Why are you gonna shoot another one?
Another
I would
one.
be pissed.
Oh, he got fouled? Wow.
Yeah, Tyrone Hill tapped him up top. Come on. Told you. He needs to fall back.
Man, that would be interesting. The social media back then, I still think that would be intense. Like you probably have some players talking smack to each
Absolutely,
other,
absolutely.
especially with the aggressiveness, their mentality, how
Yeah.
old school ways. Like,
Well, I feel like they were allowed to do that because they could lead a more private life to a certain extent. Like people obviously did, so they had a celebrity they carried with them to whatever city they went with. I'm sure, but they could at least steal a moment to themselves more easily than they certainly can now, at least.
and you can concentrate a lot more back then too. Because I mean,
Yeah.
you don't hear
Hell
about all
yeah,
this
not
stuff.
all this noise. Well, then the league wasn't that popular.
Right,
Back in 2001.
for
Not
sure.
talking about compared to
To the
today.
level.
Right? It was
Absolutely.
dumb popular then, but it's stupid popular now.
Yeah, and it was probably more popular in the 90s as well than it kind of was necessarily at this
And
time.
You think?
Yeah, I feel like in the
Yeah, you
Michael
had-
Jordan,
with the Jordan
Jordan,
and like
But I'm
Dennis
thinking
Rodman
in
doing
terms
his
of
thing.
technology, though, like we have TVs now in Africa at this point. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like NBA has some kind of shares now.
I got you.
Right? I don't think we had that necessarily in
The exposure is a
yeah,
lot
exposure.
more now.
It's easier with the technology advances.
Yeah.
Of course that, but I think that one of the NBA's most popular
Travel.
times was during the 90s with Michael Jordan.
Jordan?
Yeah.
It
That's
was
fair.
like the players that had those type of competitive games that those series.
Mhm.
You know that really put them at a different level.
Well,
But-
and just like, come on, man. How many people know the epic commercials and obviously the Jordan brand? But like, I want to be like Mike, and all these things.
Spike Lee.
Yeah, he's an
The
anomaly.
dream
though.
team, the dream team. playing. That was the
fair,
That's the 90s.
fair.
That's what I'm saying. So I hear it. I guess if you want to agree to disagree.
47 seconds left. Phillies up 8.
Oh man.
Let's see. Who's guarding
Third quarter.
Iverson right now? Double
No,
team.
they got to get the ball out of his
Yeah.
hands. Jerome Williams can't hold him.
Hey, but look at that though.
Fade to
left.
Iverson is
Tough
not even
shot.
passing
Fade
the
to
rock
the
at
left.
that point.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, he passed the last one to Tyrone Hill in the corner, remember?
Yeah.
Or
Three.
Jermaine Jones.
But for the most part, I've seen two where he's just like double
We all
team.
think
Son,
it's
I'm
Tyrone.
going to tell you he has 39 attempts in this game.
Hey.
Hey.
39 attempts.
Efficiency was more of a thing.
But get this, he shot 40-something
Yeah,
percent.
Vince Carter.
I missed
Oh,
it.
Vince.
That's pretty.
Buttery as the clock's winding down in the third.
AI shot almost 54% in this game.
Hey,
That's
bro.
nuts.
Crazy.
That's
Yeah.
a good percentage.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
9 seconds, 8,
He's
7,
Stop.
Kobe
Good
Bryant
hezzy.
East. Oh, get that out.
Good defense.
Good D.
Kobe Bryant East.
2, 1. Put it up.
Need
Del
it.
Curry.
Oh!
Yo, Del Curry with
Still
the
got
buzzer
it.
beater.
Still
Up
got
one.
it.
Raptors up
Toronto.
1, going to the 4th.
I like that. Charles Oakley is looking for
I bet
somebody
you
to
that's when he
slap.
plays his kids. Like, let me be back in my time.
Right.
This is what I did.
Shit, they were
Wow.
probably there.
Oh, that's facts on that.
Sixers up
Exactly.
2.
Vince taking it up.
Oh, how
That
Sixers
was
up
too
2?
easy.
What did we miss?
No,
Nah,
they were up.
just-
No, that was
yeah.
what. That's how it ended.
That-
The Raptors just hit a shot, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that
went
made
into
it
the-
68. That made it
okay.
60.
Okay.
They had
Nice
68
fade.
before
Very
that.
nice
Gotcha.
fade.
Yeah, no, that's the right score opening it up.
All right.
You got-
It's
Work
just
off.
it's crazy to me to think that Carter at one point was the man, and now he's just like.
Oh, shit, you're 42.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still crazy. Like, I don't know. To me, it's just astonishing that he's still playing. Like that's some wild, and
So-
he's still doing 360s and shit. Like what?
Still
So if
get
he
up.
has any play time in 2020, which would be this season coming, he'll
Yeah.
be playing in 4 different decades.
That's
The
nuts.
90s, the 2000s, 2010s, and the 2020s.
which is sick.
Oh, true,
That's
yeah.
He's
pretty
probably
fucking
saying some
sick.
soft ass kids nowadays.
Right.
And he probably still can bang, like,
Man, look how much they don't call in this NBA, by the way, as
I
well.
love
I
it.
missed it.
I love
I
it.
just feel like I'm seeing a lot of contact, and they're just like, yeah, ball out of bounds.
Love
I
it.
missed it.
I don't know. Maybe they're begging for calls, I guess, but it's.
That's one thing, I was notorious for, crying a lot.
I feel like
Refs.
nowadays everyone gets like touched, and they're always
Tough
calling.
shot.
That is my biggest thing with this league now.
Yeah.
You become soft. They're so soft. They are so soft.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I understand they're trying to do it for the sake of injuries,
How are we not
getting
feeding AI?
getting hurt, but at the same time,
That's why we should be giving the ball to
Give
AI.
the ball to AI. So why you call the foul on there? See, hear what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Some old bullshit.
And remember they did the dress rule because of AI.
Because of AI, yeah, because you got to wear jackets now, kind of thing
You
like
gotta
that.
come with a suit.
Yeah.
This is
Can't
casual.
do this.
No, it wasn't even a suit right now. It was just a jacket at this point. After this, so it was just a blazer kind of
Blazer,
thing.
gotcha.
Yeah, so
Damn. Because what was he? He was coming in like
Like
baggy,
suits,
gangster wear.
Yeah, definitely.
They're
too
trying to
much.
clean up their reputation
Exactly,
after
now.
the malice
After
and the
yeah,
palace.
malice of the palace. Yes, sir.
Tough shot.
Artest going up into the crowd.
Oh,
Man,
bro. That was a foul too. Yep.
why you pointing fingers, man?
Right, Sixers are really looking for some.
Yeah.
Matumbo not agreeing with the call.
No.
No. You missed that one.
No, it was clearly a foul. He grabbed the shoulder. That was a dumb shot. Unless the shot clock was going down.
Let's see. Good
Oh, yeah, he
board.
got
no
this
box
guy.
out.
Right here.
Oh, he got the foul right there. Yeah, come on,
His
Lynch.
left arm.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, another thing that I guess like there's flagrant fouls now in the level 1 and 2 or whatever, so they can try and check dudes. But damn, sometimes you just feel like people get flagrant fouls for nothing these days.
Yeah.
Like they were going for the
Damn
ball,
right.
but they were trying to
That-
just
yeah,
hold
that's
them.
annoying.
Yeah, it's like
I'm with you there. That's
you got to be able to
annoying.
give somebody a hard foul that prevents them from getting up a shot. I think that there's a way you can do that.
Especially if you're smaller and it's like LeBron James. Like, shit, what
Yeah,
else can I
expect-
do?
what do
If you hit him
do?
in the head, we can call a flagrant on it. I can agree with that. But just because you don't necessarily go after the ball, I mean, yeah, you got to hold the elbows when LeBron's coming
Exactly.
in to the lane. What am I going to do to stop this freight train from coming my
I
way?
think there should be more fights.
Whoa.
I mean,
Brought to you by Above the Boot. Yeah, this is.
You heard it here first.
Exactly, kids. Yo, you hear that? For the young kids out there,
I don't know
Pablo
about-
wants to see
what
more.
I'm
fights.
saying. When I mean, let me clarify. When I mean fights is like there should be able to be arguing a little bit. Like it's part of the competitiveness. Like
And talk shit.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that's part of it.
I'm with you there.
I'm not talking about physical fights. Like that's never like let me clear that up. But I don't. If it
You're
happens,
okay with
You want to
altercation.
run our test
I'm
kind
okay.
of
I'm
thing.
okay with like arguing and altercating. Like you have a point. Like you're.
But here's the thing. I mean, Chris Childs, you see him on the floor. Like, yeah, exactly. If you got something to say to Chris Childs, you would be catching those hands. Like, after
Well, I mean,
a
that's
couple
why you
words.
have Jared Dudley and stuff like that. You know, playing
true.
in the NBA
That's
still,
true.
man.
That's
You have that.
I hate
No one's-
Jared Dudley.
No one's fearing Jared Dudley, but yeah, you have those kind of players.
But I think at the same time, that's part of the strategy, right? Like you know,
mix
you
it
have
up.
those
Use some
people. You
players
know, you
mix it
get
up.
people into their heads and
Give you a little
Exactly.
tougher,
Exactly.
tougher edge.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins.
Of course.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
The one person I can't stand in the Warriors is Green.
Draymond.
He's
Oh
that
my
example.
I mean, what do you mean that you can't stand him? I guess like.
Oh,
I think he's.
Because
I
it's
think
not like
he's
Draymond ain't got no game, right?
No. He's got
Okay.
game. He's got
Okay.
game. I just think
Possibly.
that there's certain things that he acts like he doesn't do on
Yeah.
the floor, like throwing those legs and stuff. It's like, come
Exactly.
on, you know, like I've
He's
never.
dirty.
No,
I've never in my
Draymond knows
life-
that he
in
does
my life,
that
I've
too.
never played basketball and I've like accidentally thrown the leg.
Never.
Ever have I
Never.
been like, damn, dude, I'm so sorry. I hit you in the
Never.
face. Like,
I mean, okay, so let me say this, I guess, in Draymond's like slight defense is all that
Good bucket.
Draymond's one of those players that throws his
Man.
body around. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an undersized dude
That's
playing
fair.
in the front court, and he throws his body around. Now, am I excusing what he did? No,
No.
but I do understand that like he generates a lot of contact with people for a reason. Like he generates unnecessary
Fair.
contact with people for a reason,
Fair.
Very
and that
unnecessary.
way it went too.
That's how he
it
plays.
went
That's
too
it.
far.
That's it. That's
but
his game.
Oftentimes, I mean, how many times do I see Draymond go for a rebound? Two dudes from the opposing team go for the rebound. They end up on the floor. Draymond
And
ends
he
up with
gets
the
it.
ball
Yeah.
and with the ball ends up on the standing
No,
up on
he's
the
a
ground with
beast.
the ball.
Nah,
Yeah.
I like his
So-
game.
he plays for the ball. I respect him. But
And it's not like he doesn't. He does have skill and get things done
Very
out
much
there
so.
without a
he
doubt.
can
It's
dribble
not
the
like
rock
very
at
much
6'10".
so.
What is he, 6'10"?
No,
No.
6'6", 6'7".
he's not 6'6".
I thought he was
He's
like
not
6'6". I'm like 6'6".
No,
No,
he's
Draymond's
super
not
undersized.
6'6".
Let me look it up.
I'm gonna go with nothing.
I'm giving him
nothing
six-
less
definitely
than
not
6'8".
6'10".
I'm giving him
Nothing less
6'8",
than
6'9".
6'8".
I'm really sure in that.
6'7".
Oh damn. Okay.
Dang.
He's super
Wow.
undersized, man.
Yeah.
It's more about his IQ.
He's
and
like a
his-
Charles
his
Barkley.
his
He's like
strength.
a Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
And he works
Good
in that
shot.
the fast break offense that they run. He because he's a point forward situation. He definitely makes it very difficult.
I gotta
guard.
give that up though. Like he plays like he's like at least 6'10". I mean, I just told you right
Damn
now. I
right.
thought he was like 6'10".
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
And so while I do understand you can hate Draymond
His
Green if he's on the
attitude.
other team,
Absolutely.
but as a teammate, I'm
Turnover.
sure he's somebody you want unless you're Kevin Durant.
So
That's funny.
man,
Yeah, he's
if we-
definitely a player you want.
Because if you're Kevin Durant, you want New York, but not the Knicks.
You want Kyrie.
Good defense, Del.
Oh, Del Curry got a block.
Yeah, I can hurt feelings, but it's cool.
Philly up
shit.
two.
We're gonna
So-
8 minutes left in the
I'm
fourth.
gonna tell you right now,
Hey.
that Knicks team is not gonna be as bad as last year.
They will be
You
worse,
think?
man.
I think they'll
Yo.
make playoffs. I think they can make playoffs.
Really?
I didn't make the 8 seed, if anything. If they won't be, it's not gonna be
Okay.
like mid.
I'm taking
So,
bets. Like who wants
Here's the next question for you. What do you think RJ Barrett's going to be? I guess this year and then foreseeable future.
eventually an All-Star? Or
He'll-
what do you see
yeah, I
the
think
ceiling?
he'll be eventually an All-Star at the East.
Okay.
In the East, like for sure. I think
Okay.
if he can develop his shot to what it should be, I mean, he already has the NBA size. He's
Very much so.
He can draw the fouls.
Strong.
He's strong inside. He knows how to move the rock. He can dish, and I think that's one of his like low key people that don't really know. This guy can pass the rock. Example: when Zion got hurt that game, when that knee went down,
Yeah.
they lost that game, and it wasn't because of RJ. It's because nobody could hit a damn shot. If
Right.
y'all go back to that film, I was watching that game. I'm like, yo, he is dishing y'all wide open for your shots. You're just not making them. I'm telling, that's gonna be his one thing. People, I think he'll average at least 5 assists a game.
Okay.
He gonna,
you heard
he's
it here
gonna be-
first.
I'm telling you right now,
You heard it here first.
man.
I mean,
Who's the Knicks point right now?
Right now, Dennis,
Dennis.
Mr.
Dennis
Dennis
Smith.
Dennis
And then
Smith.
they got Payton in the back. As his
That's
back.
that's a lot of ego, man.
And then Frank
yeah.
the Tank. I like Frank the Tank. I mean, you can't really. One thing I don't like when people are saying like they're giving him so much hype off of this FIBA, like this whole like tournament that he did. I mean, he did well. He locked down his defenders when he needed to. But
Yeah.
I really want to see it now with NBA players. You know
Really
what
good
I'm saying?
defender.
Like,
No, he's a really good defender.
he's
I even think we saw that in NBA.
7'3" wingspan or
I
something.
think we
like that.
even saw that already.
I'm glad the Knicks spent a top 5 pick on a top defender.
Fair. But in any case, so what do we think
How many
RJ
others
Barrett's
have
going to be
they
able to
played,
produce
though?
this? You think he's going to produce 5 assists this season? You said or 6 assists
RJ
this
at
season?
least.
And
RJ.
average what, like 7 points a game?
I think he'll average like 13.
13.
13 and 7.
13 and 7.
That's a good rookie
that's
year.
a, yeah, that's a
Marcus
guaranteed
Smart.
I
rookie
think,
of the
I think
year.
that he's gonna be up for the rookie of the year for sure.
I mean, he'll be up for it. 'cause he's gonna have
9-20
a high
on
usage.
September 22nd, 2019. Pablo
Yeah.
said 13 and 7.
You hear that?
Want to hear it from KC?
We heard it here first.
I'm seeing more like maybe 34% shooting. That's what I see happening myself. But maybe
It's a different game. Maybe he's not as fast.
Yeah.
So one thing, I don't think he's going to get as many attempts, man. I think there's what's the guy from the Lakers they just signed, Julius Randle.
Yeah.
He's going to get a lot of the
Facts
ball,
on that.
and as he should. He's averaged double last year.
He's a
should.
beast.
He's a beast.
He's
and
the number
Dennis
one
Smith
option.
Jr.
Just so we're clear.
Probably
Julius
he's the-
Randle's
probably
number one
My
option.
boy did average like 21 last year.
Exactly.
That's
Probably
not
number one
bad.
option. And Dennis Smith Jr. probably is number 2 option. So we got R.J. Barrett at number 3, and we think he's going to average 13 and 7.
I think he'll average at least 5 assists. I don't know about 7. I'd say at
All
least
right.
5 assists.
Well, let me scratch it out.
I'm sorry, that was
5.
Dennis Smith Jr. is number 2? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even. Who else are we thinking is going to be able to
You
provide?
gotta get Knox has to provide, man.
Knox?
Knox is
Yeah.
gonna come off the
Knox.
bench though. I think
You
Morris
think?
is gonna
Okay.
be that.
Oh, we got it up there,
Vince.
man.
Oh,
God
man. Do you
damn.
want to see that replay?
Nah, keep
All
it playing.
right,
It's going to be a bitch
cool.
to edit if you do
I
that.
got you. My bad. We'll let that ride. But
Said I
just,
thought
yeah,
about it.
5.5 left. Vince just got up and just pinned it off tapped it off the glass. And they,
Yo, he got up.
When we replayed that Russell Westbrook walk, I was like, fuck, how do we do that?
Damn.
It took me a little bit more time.
Good to know.
Oh, another steal.
Toronto turning up the defense here. But yeah, I'm glad we got Pablo on tape for these
Yeah.
Knicks.
Is that my
how many
notebook?
wins? And he said
Oh,
more wins than last
ooh.
year.
He said enough
said
to
ooh.
get an 8th seed in
No,
the
yeah,
I
he
East.
just
said
say that.
eight
I would
seed.
Like
say that to
37
get
wins,
Eight
30,
seed?
30.
Nah, I think the East, you don't need 37 wins to get to the playoffs. I
Okay.
think the East is weak, and that's the reason why
No
I
one's
put the
that
Knicks.
in comparison, I guess, but Toronto did win it.
So we said Knicks 8 seed and better than last year. More wins than last year.
Yeah, for
okay.
sure. I kind of low key don't because I want
to get that 8 seed.
You want the
You
lottery
want another
pick?
pick?
I want Melo, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Ball, he's nice.
See, there we go.
No.
This is something
that
we
was
all,
classic.
I was
you know.
with you
Classic.
until you said that shit.
I think
You want the young LaMelo, man.
This is what happens to your perspective when you've been following a team owned by James Dolan so long. Like, this is exactly what happens. Like, oh yes, get us LaMelo Ball, man. That'll fix
Hey,
everything.
That kid, but think about this. He played with his 2 older brothers, and he was always the youngest one.
Man, you don't want to deal with that. Come on, dog.
I don't think it's necessarily dealing with it. I don't think he's going to be that good. He's
Really?
gonna make it to the NBA, but I don't think he's going to be that good to where you want to spend one of your lottery picks on him.
Damn, I want to. I don't know.
But he's another kid, like we're saying in high school. Like I don't think he's going to be making millions of dollars, but he would be the exception of the rule. He'll probably be
Ooh.
making the most because
I
he has
think
the
he's
most
the one that
exposure.
Sing
he's
Kiss
the
Off
one
the
that
Glass.
really, he's the one that really gave
87,
like a lot of
84,
kids.
4 minutes left.
Yeah.
I hear it though. I mean, it's just hilarious that would be a total Knicks pick. Like,
Oh, yeah, that would be hilarious.
Classic Knicks.
I mean, he's what?
They already
6'6",
got Dennis Smith
6'7".
Jr.
Yeah, I mean, but you could trade like if you get somebody like that and he can show consistency. The one thing that he's got to understand is that he can't shoot up all those shots that he does.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing that he needs to adjust, and that comes with age. Like
So I think the Knicks will win more than 17 wins. They had 17 last season. They'll win more than 17. I'll put me on down for that.
what do
Yo,
y'all
but they
think
didn't stop
RJ's
to
gonna?
play.
What do y'all think RJ's gonna average? Now I'm curious.
I don't think he's gonna be
Nah.
that good, man.
I don't think
feel
he's gonna be that good.
The
Because
first
he
season, he's
played-
attracting a lot of attention, and he's
Yeah,
not
not the
like
first
a-
season.
He doesn't work to get open enough off the ball, I don't think, and he's gonna have to learn how to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
we
He's
talked
too
about
heavy
this
to be
before
moving that
too
much.
about like going to the Knicks organization. Like you're just like a career ender basically, consistently.
It's
Yo,
the only-
without a doubt.
it's the only-
Yo,
Or a staller in Kristaps Porzingis.
yeah, man. It just
I'm glad KP's gone. If you don't want to be there, man, get
No,
out.
stop.
No,
it.
everybody-
okay,
yo,
I'm not
he-
saying that because he's
A
a
week
talented
before,
player.
a
He's
week
talented
before that
player.
trade happened, you was not saying
He's a
nothing.
talented player.
Alright.
Don't get me wrong.
Dude.
If he wants to be on my team, for sure.
If he wants
but
to
if
be
you
on the
don't,
team.
if you don't want to be on the team, get out.
That's
Like,
such an easy thing to say.
But it's
don't
true.
you want KP to want to be on your team though?
If he doesn't, unfortunately, yeah, you can't change the owner right now. You literally can't change it. It's what you have. Like you
Okay.
literally can't. You can't just be like, you know what? I want a new owner.
I guess like you're making it sound like KP is the only guy who thinks about like the Knicks like this, but I think it's a league-wide opinion more or less about.
you
the
don't
Knicks.
want to play for the Knicks,
Yes.
man. I'm telling you.
I mean,
Yes.
It's a career ender, or
Yes.
not even beginner. Like you can't. I feel bad for him because he's very talented. He's definitely like probably the best. No, not
7
the.
at this point.
Mm-hmm.
To get picked up by the Knicks, I just felt bad immediately.
So is it just because
Similar
of the owner,
efficiency rates.
or do you think
It's
the front
because of the
office is-
culture of the Knicks.
or do you think it's
I mean,
because of the front office?
It's because the Knicks don't win, and like there's other teams with bad owners that just don't.
So how do you expect to win when you don't really have like you've had like really bad experiences with like,
As a fan or as the owner?
No, you're talking about as an organization.
game.
Like,
Well, you needed to pick up. You needed.
separate the owner from this equation.
Well, then you
right?
needed to get like
And you have your front
KD.
office.
You got KD or somebody
But
else.
y'all remember the
Okay,
front
sorry.
office what we had before?
314 left
Yeah,
in the
right.
fourth.
Like we had inconsistent front office.
Okay.
Like you don't have even a consistent general manager.
You had Isaiah for a little
Assistant
bit, too.
coach.
That's-
Think about it. You
Assistant
had
coach.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like there was a lot of stuff that was done. Like how do we trade
Blocking?
for Bargani?
No foul. Wow.
Andrea Bargnani.
Definitely
Yeah.
a foul though.
I don't think RJ is going to be bad because of the Knicks cultural organization, even though that is a big factor.
Of
I think
course.
it's more or less there's not enough balls to go around.
You think they have
No
too
homo.
many guys that want to shoot?
Too many guys that want to shoot. Too many guys that need the ball to be effective.
I feel like they have too many guys that aren't number one options too.
That want to shoot.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they don't have a number one option. 'Cause-
But I'm excited to see what Julius Randle does, being that he has the green light now, as he should have the green
He
light.
should have.
But like, aren't him and RJ Barrett kind of a redundant skill at this point?
Nah.
Julius Randle's.
Julius is not bringing it up.
He's not bringing it up, but on the offense, once the ball's brought up, him and Randall,
about half-court game?
him and Randall both want to get the ball and get away so I can drive. Like everyone else needs to get away from the basket so I can get to the basket.
Fizdale, I think, is a good enough coach to
My man.
Mix it up.
I mean, you think that? Here's my thing: are Julius Randle and RJ
8-9,
Barrett
86,
great
2 minutes
passers?
left.
Maybe Barrett's a better.
Well, he's
isn't
saying
he?
he is.
I'm telling you
I
right
don't
now.
know.
You
I
have
don't know.
Steve Nash as his godfather. He's grew up. Like you gotta think about the.
Yo,
like,
that's true.
That's
very
it's funny,
true.
but it's like really think
One of the
Nash
best
is ours-
Canadian, one of the
that's
best
his godfather.
Canadian players. That kind of
That's
Stop.
his godfather.
That's
Yeah,
for real?
One of the best
that's
players.
facts.
Yeah.
That is
205
facts.
left.
Can I get? I need a confirmation on that.
Go look it up on every level. That's
RJ
his
Barrett
godfather.
talked about
We're
that
gonna,
too.
so we're gonna
yeah,
post a
yeah.
link.
So,
We're gonna post a link underneath
Oh,
the
ISO.
video. You can
AI,
check out
Step back.
the
Ooh,
evidence.
missed it.
Nothing.
Good rebound though.
2 minutes
Oh, no.
left. Is a 3-point game. Toronto.
Hey, that year
All right.
one is gonna be fucking fire this year. Like of everybody, like on
Oh,
ESPN
yeah, on
Plus.
ESPN
and
Plus.
stuff. Yeah.
Let's focus in on these last 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have gone away from this game a little bit.
Yeah. 3 minutes left. Philly up 3. I'm sorry. 2 minutes left. Philly up 3.
Oh,
Fuck it.
Hey,
Nah, you
oh,
missed
Vince.
that.
Vince trying to get to the basket.
Good D, McKee.
Yeah, he held him.
Down by 3.
Marion Jones getting the crowd into it.
126.
Hey, I'd be the best cheerleader. I wouldn't even have
Let's
to
see
play.
what we
bro.
got.
Yeah, of
Got
course,
AI
man.
coming off the
I'd be
baseline,
straight Mark
coming up.
Madsen cheering
Top
on
of
the
the key.
sideline. man,
ISO.
no
Just
problem.
straight ISO. Straight ISO.
Oh, Albert
Good D.
Williams.
Yes, yo.
And
He does that
one.
shit all the
One.
time.
I don't know who
Tough
he just
shot.
landed on.
High off the backboard.
That's my boy.
That's his mom.
That's tough shot, man. Let's see where he took off.
The
from.
runner from the right
Man,
after
half
the
a
spin.
spin and just went up.
It's great defense.
Jump stop. Yeah.
Super good
Just
defense.
better offense.
Yep.
Yeah.
He went for it right there.
Couldn't keep her from getting to his right hand though. He tried to.
Good jump stop.
Went up high. Small dude with a touch.
Man, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
No,
Such a clutch time. I mean, he's been banging all game, getting these buckets in, and like to still
Fourth
be able to
quarter.
get in the match. Yeah.
Still got the legs.
Mhm.
And it's crazy that you have that sort of game in this type of like situation.
Oh, stepping
was
into a
game.
3. Albert
Good
Lord.
Williams.
Oh. See, they were
See, I
called
love
foul.
that. I love that.
Oh, you got
They
to
were
That
trying
would
to
have been a
foul
foul.
there.
That would have been a
Yeah.
foul in this
Yep.
league now.
Yep.
Tyrone Hill doing the hustle. Larry Brown getting into it. The emotions are running high here in the Eastern Conference.
Look at those
Semi.
suits. Larry Brown rocking a
Oh,
big
man.
suit. Down to his knees. Let's see, what is this tip?
Toronto needs to get this ball.
Well, yeah, man, they're down 6 minute left.
Oh,
Okay.
There it is.
Where's Vince?
Get Vince.
How's Vince not getting the ball here? He's like, here, give him the
On the
ball.
block.
Down.
Wow.
Why is it-
Oh my
Oh,
god.
is that
I think
Curry?
they heard you.
Yeah, it
I think they
is.
heard you.
Damn.
That looked like that was a
Del
play.
Curry
Foul, you
said-
got a
Full
foul.
pressure?
No, they don't got a
No,
foul.
not yet.
You don't foul right now. If they get a stop, they can tie the game up.
Yeah. Let's see here what they got. Here's AI gonna come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
And
the
then
dagger?
ISO.
Where's the dagger?
It's Alvin Williams.
ISO from here. What
Get out of the way.
Where's
There
the
we
double
go.
team coming from?
That's
Tyrone
buckets.
Hill.
Oh my
You
god.
have way too much
Yeah.
space to even that
Yeah.
dribble.
That's it.
You need a double team higher, yeah.
hmm They're trying to
That's a
deny
passive
Vince.
double team.
They totally got to be doubling Vince if they try to get him
Where
the ball.
is-
Oh, he's
Oh,
on Curry
Curry's
wants
side.
another thing. Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
so much.
AI the rebound.
Why?
29 seconds
Why that
left.
first
Need the
option
foul.
is straight
They
there?
need a foul, man.
Yeah, now it's foul time.
No, they're just
What
gonna let
they
it
got?
play
2
out.
possessions?
Yeah, it's already
Yeah,
2
that
possessions.
should
They
got a
need a
foul.
foul.
Did
They
give
want to
up
extend
here?
the game.
There's a
There
double
we go.
team. Get it out of his hands.
There it is.
There's a foul.
They always said like 5.
Iverson was the last 17.
Last 17 points.
Whoa.
That's not.
Make Tyron
ISOs.
Hill shoot the ball. Like,
But it's not even like they're creating plays for it. He's just working off
but
himself.
like that's why they should be doubling. Like
Exactly,
they should be
like how they
doubling
did this possession.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I would double all game and take it from somebody.
Exactly.
Whoever. I'll take those
Let
extra
somebody
5.
else, yeah, kind of
Where's
thing.
Landry?
I'll take my odds.
Maybe
back.
they're saving that double for later on in the series. I guess. I mean, it is all about adjustments. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
You letting a dude cook you in a
They
game.
were
Like
only down
save
3
it, like,
points.
yeah.
I guess you are somewhat satisfied. You won game 1. You won still one
Exactly.
from the whole.
You feel
on the way.
confident, yeah.
Save like some bullets for later
Sure,
games. Like
sure.
it's a back and forth kind of series thing.
That's some fucking Jedi mind tricks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense though. I mean, that's
Save
what
it for
Kerr
7.
talks about those things too. Like
Really?
sometimes like the first 3 games are just like seeing what's out there and letting like the athleticism more or less take over. Then it's the adjustments that you gotta make.
Let's go, yeah. Come on.
Man,
This
the
country
passion.
ass.
Carrying a city on his back.
It's funny, your boy Stephen A. Smith was a local commentator for the Sixers at this time.
I
Never
didn't know
knew
that,
who
yeah.
Stephen A.
What?
Smith was, so he was in ESPN.
Yeah.
I thought he was just a loud dude.
I didn't know that.
You know,
Talking a lot of
so
nonsense.
Comcast Sportsnet. It was like
Uh-huh.
Channel 35 in the Philadelphia metropolis.
Yeah, that guy talks a lot of nonsense
A
sometimes.
lot.
But he got famous because he was actually tight with AI. He would actually hang out with AI,
That's
and
tight.
everyone respected what he was
Pretty
saying.
dope. Oh, there's a steal.
And that's pretty
it.
much game.
Game.
That's it. Who'd they get the steal on? They were trying to get the ball to Vince.
Yeah.
Damn. And I mean, Iverson led the league in steals.
2.5.
Do you watch
Yeah,
games?
that's
Do you watch
2.5.
games on
Everyone
Comcast
says-
now, or do you just watch it on like
No,
ESPN
I'm
and
streaming.
stuff like that? You're
Now
streaming?
or
Yeah.
at this point?
Oh no, now.
No, I'm
no.
streaming ESPN app or whatever.
Okay.
I cut the cord, bro.
Here's it. There it is, man. Iverson.
His hang time wasn't even that strong yet. Look at it. In the back of his
Not
braids,
yet,
it's
yeah.
not even
It's
strong
not
yet. It's
yet.
like
Wow.
barely there.
Wow. Young AI, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he just started the braids. What's funny is that he dresses the same way as he today as he
Yeah,
did that
Look
back
at,
then.
when he was
Yeah.
inducted too, like he still wore fucking like a tracksuit and shit like that.
Long velour suits
Yeah.
and
You got
shit.
the FUBU on.
You
What's
know?
up, players? It's
Exactly.
cool. Hey,
World
you gotta
class.
respect that. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Hey,
just
yeah.
never
OG.
changing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
OG.
Jordan does that same shit.
Man.
Dresses like he's the
Man.
80s too.
I mean, Denzel dresses like that too.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
Denzel Washington dresses
That's
like
hilarious.
Hey, like Big Dog, you could afford a nice
Yeah,
little suit.
right. Come on, dog.
You're in a bubble. I guess you're in a bubble,
Yeah.
man. You don't have external
that.
influences.
You're doing your thing. It's a
on the
buck.
floor.
Nah, it's just garbage time. We got Kevin Ollie on the court.
How you gonna do him like that? Oh, Mo Peterson?
Oh,
Hey,
man.
let's go. Michigan State, stand up. Damn.
fade
Needed.
right.
Oh,
Tough shot.
man.
Good shot
He
though.
was finding it.
3.5 seconds
That
That
left.
should have been the play they ran instead of Curry
Right,
hitting that
that's just-
damn.
Right. Prayer.
Forward shot,
3,
yeah.
2, 1, and game.
That's it.
Sixers won by 5 with the effort of AI scoring 54 fucking points.
Ooh.
Shit.
Vince tried his best to answer, but 28 wasn't enough today.
And they both shot ridiculous
They had 97
percentages.
points, and he had 54 of those.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
More than
That-
half.
he had more than 50% of the damn
Yeah.
points of the game.
I'm saying you should have started doubling to get the ball at his hand.
ASAP.
Like
Yes.
second quarter.
Okay, he scored 10 of those.
Yeah.
Let's start double
Yeah.
teaming him.
Yo, exactly. After he
10
scores
in a
the last
row?
17 or whatever in the fourth quarter of 19, whatever he ended
Larry
up being.
Brown, like
Lenny Wilkins.
I'm trying to figure out like if coaching was still like a thing too. Like you just make those
Yeah.
adjustments and stuff like that immediately. But
I think
I
so.
didn't see
Especially
it.
defensively, I think.
You-
But they were still running the same plays in the regular
Yeah.
season for AI. He would come off 1 or 2 screens from the baseline
Get the
up to the
ball
top
and
of the
then bring
key
it
and
back
then work off of you
Just
trying to gain
double.
your
I want to see Lynch's shooting. I want to see McKee shooting. I want to see Mutombo do something
Absolutely.
offensively
Some
before
dumbass
I'm
hooks.
gonna let AI just go.
They
get 54.
really. He probably thought like, all right, we're gonna let him get. He's gonna get his points. You know, like
Yeah,
when
we're
you
gonna
have
stop
those type
everyone.
of players, you're like, oh, he's gonna get his points. But
We're gonna shut
if
the
you're not
team
gonna,
down.
if you're not gonna put a double team, at least give like a consistent double team.
Mhm.
He's
Or-
gonna get you.
It doesn't even have to be consistent. Just throw a wrench in there every now and then. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we're double teaming this
Exactly.
possession.
That's why some teams just throw a zone defense out there and just like try and throw them off
Exactly.
and like,
Just 1 or 2
every other-
possessions.
give him a different look. Give him a
Yeah,
different look.
yeah.
I was not feeling that defensive strategy coming
No,
from the
Lenny
Raptors.
Wilkins, man.
Yeah.
Mister, come
The
on,
adjustment
man.
game needs to be stronger.
Yeah. Toronto does win the next game pretty decisively. What is that? 24 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they do blow them out. But as I
go
told
up
you,
2-1.
they switch 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. Game 7, Philly won by 1 fucking point.
Damn.
Yeah.
And LeBron. And not LeBron. Vince.
Shaq and Kobe.
Oh. No, I was thinking like, and Vince, like, playoff woes continue in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Rough.
He had a good career, though. Hall of Famer.
What do you think would have happened if
First
T-Mac
ballot.
stayed?
It would have been dope, but I don't know if like they really complement each other that well. Unfortunately, yeah, like Vince and they were
I guess
both
that's your Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, though.
fair.
That's gonna be
We'll see how that works. But you have a Patrick Beverley who never needs to shoot.
Yeah, sure.
So
Well, Chris Childs doesn't need to shoot.
Yeah, 9
That's
assists.
fair.
Yeah, 9
That's fair.
assists. He was assistant.
With the negative plus minus, yeah.
Hey, but if you think about, we talked about that, right? They don't have the best offensive team. They just had Vince Carter. You
Yeah.
had another recipe, and then you had another piece of that recipe.
But like,
Now you just need somebody
I
else
think
to be
the
able
whole
to
reason
create,
Tracy
man.
McGrady left is because he wanted the ball more. I feel
Yeah,
like,
for
and,
sure.
like he didn't
I
want to
don't
just
remember
spot
at the
up.
time. Was it like a contract dispute too, or?
I think he was just a young dude that had potential, but obviously Vince had the pedigree coming from UNC because Tracy came out of high school, yeah. So, like, not that he wasn't a very talented player, but that Vince kind of had more of the pedigree. I think he was the higher draft pick, and he was the dude they were trying to see what.
Bro, they were second cousins or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They found out
something like
at the dunk contest.
Yeah,
y'all
that's
remember
super
that
dope.
video?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
That
We're the
athletic
same family
pool?
Yeah,
reunion?
dude.
Like, oh,
That's
that makes sense why
ridiculous.
we're cousins now.
Yeah, right. Like I get it.
Like, so you know it's not only just them two that are ballers. You know they have cousins and uncles that are
for
fucking
sure.
beasts too.
For sure.
That's
Athletically
ridiculous.
inclined.
I mean, the fact that he's 6'6", that whole family must be tall as hell.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, McGrady was taller, wasn't
Think
Yeah,
so. Like
Grady's
6'8",
6'8",
6'9",
Grady's
something
tall.
ridiculous like that.
he? Exactly.
Another first ballot Hall
He
of
was just
Famer.
step up. He was just rise up, shoot over.
All right. Well, that leaves us off with number 8.
Yeah,
Any
number
other
8,
final
but
comments
move
before we wrap
on
this
out.
bitch up?
Glad we got to see Vince, prime Vince Carter. That was pretty dope.
That
you know
was
what I'm
dope.
saying? It's a little
That
different.
that one leap he had.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
Throws it down, staring
Flies.
down at the rim, whatever. Oh, it's a beautiful.
The best dunker of all time, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
By far.
Mhm.
Still to this day.
I mean, don't forget Brent Barry won a dunk contest. You
Oh,
know,
stop.
no,
He gets up. Don't
He
get it
gets
twisted.
up.
But he's not Vince Carter, though.
the
Yeah.
creativity that he put at that point. was-
Absolutely. No, when he did that 360 through the legs joint, when he was the first dude putting it up to the elbow in, like, beautiful thing.
Yeah. All right, Pablo, man. Appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
thank you
out.
very much
Hey,
for coming
thank
out.
you guys so much for having me. I
Exactly.
appreciate you guys so much, man.
Good luck
doing it.
Good luck this season at MSG. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's sincere.